Hello and happy Friday, peeps. How we doing? Hey, how are you? How are we doing all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. Hi, Phoenix. LV, hello. What's up, Black Rose? Northern. Alvora, what's up, Nikki? Valkyrie, Dreaming Tacos. Welcome in. Hope that you guys are ready for the weekend. I have been desperately needing it. Finally, frickin' Friday. I know this week has felt quite extensive. Agreed upon. This week has felt exponentially long. But we're here. And that's what matters. That's what matters. Hello. Hi. A little less hair today. Just a pinch. Just a little bit. I tucked it back under the hat. That's what I did. Yeah. Last Odin, hello. What's up, Shade? The house, not so much. Oh, God, what happened? Hey, Lorenzo. The return. See, the thing is, you thought the hat left. Think about it. You shaved it off. Yeah, sure. That stuff wasn't easy to get off, man. I had a hell of a time. Little bits everywhere. Little bits were everywhere. Astro Phoenix, hello. What's up, Goat? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Coyote. Hope you guys had a good Halloween. If I didn't get to see ya, dig the haircut. Thanks. Hi, Juju. Oh, man. Ryan, thank you for the 8 months. Welcome back. Hello. Start of a new month. Kay, thank you for the 3 months. Last night was hilarious. It was interesting. It was different. It was different. All right, that should be good. Yeah, that should be fine. You got your plushie shirt today, Mrs. Juice. Let's go. Hell yeah. 3 nights. I know. This craziness. I'm doing a foot peel for the first time. That's nice. Oh my God. Gamer Wolf, we just started, friend. I'll be selling. Oh God, Roxy, you're disgusting. You are so gross. Gamer Wolf, excuse me. You're so gross. Thank you for the subs. My God. Murphy, thank you for the bits. Did I miss anything else? Murphy, thank you so much. Hello. Hi. I'm a potato. I see you. 8 months of Valkyrie. Thank you for the 11. Oh my God. Oh, what the shit is happening? Goomba. Oh, by the way, I do have a goal set. You can thank Mayor. You can thank Mayor. Mayor had it was Mayor's idea. It was Mayor's idea. Yeah. Goomba, thank you so much for the subs. Hello. 'Tis the first day of November. Yes. At least no farts. Shh. I said it out loud and everything. Yep. Hi, Shade. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. X, thank you for the prime. Silver, thank you for gifting a sub. Guess what I found? Don't. Nope. You didn't find anything. You're fine. Break. Nope. Fuck. 2 of you played it at the same time. God damn it. You okay? No, I'm getting fart trained and I don't like it. I made that to go after Break, not so that she could come after me. God damn it. Do not set the tone. Don't set the tone like this. We're not doing this. No. No. KD, thank you so much for the 20. Evil, thank you. Don't set the tone, not like this. Maintain low tones. God damn it. So, oh my goodness. Evil Resident, thank you so much for the subs. Hello. Good God. Chuck, thank you for the 23. I see you, Chuck. Miss V. Oh, I see your redeem. My God. Absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem. So with this leading, with obviously November leading into December, I think it only made sense. God damn it. It only made sense. Did you want to talk? It only made sense to do a goal that was Christmas related. So if we reach the monthly this month, I am going to do a big viewer day stream where I am dressed head to toe the Grinch. So we're saying full garm. I will be wearing, I will have the fur. I will have a painted face. I will find a way to do the makeup at the best of my ability. Yep, I'll be the Grinch. Yeah. Picture, like, obviously not Jim Carrey. Like, I mean, he had to go through torture, literally torture training to do that. But we're going to do the best we can. After seeing Beetlejuice, you got this. And that was like a 2-minute makeup. I should have made a YouTube video. Yeah. Lashed Odin, thank you so freaking much. Also, I ordered more sodas. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. They'll be here tomorrow. Yeah. There's an option for more, and I'll worry about it. But they're going to be here tomorrow. Yeah. That was being asked by a bunch. I don't know if there's going to be ranch. They're literally sending me random ones. So I don't know what I'm getting. Yeah. The return. I mean, technically it's still there. It's just, I think, not good. I think it's out of date. Break. Friend. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you guys. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. You don't want to chunk. Ugh. No, it's not even. No, like they're still liquid. It's just I'm fairly certain the date has passed on the bottle. I found one that had a date. I'm not about to do that to myself. Pretty sure it's not good even if before the date. I mean, that is a very, very true statement. But I'm talking about health-wise. Health-wise. Sinister, thank you for the 9 months. I owe you guys 2 12-hour streams. 2. Already decided. They are happening on the 16th and the 17th. So 16th, as of right now, I'm setting a time, but it might change. As of right now, I'm going to go live both days at 8 a.m. and end at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. Why the app more than the website? Are you talking about subs, Inu? Don't ever do it from mobile. Never do it from mobile. If you're ever trying to sub yourself from mobile, I have a link in my bio that is cheaper subs because it'll take you to the browser instead. Don't gift from mobile. No, it's more expensive because you're paying the app as well as paying Twitch, as well as paying the stream. Yeah, don't do it. Don't ever do it. Could always do 24. No. The separation of the 12s is nice because A, you get me for 12 hours, like 2 days, but B, I can also see my family at some point. It's a win-win. Yeah. So we'll do a little bit of viewer games on both days so that if you can't play on Saturday, Sunday will be available. So yeah, 'tis the plan. Break, thank you for gifting a sub to Fart Train 69. Hi, Allie. Oh, thank you for the biddies. Hello, friend. My lovely friend, how are you? How's it going? Are you keeping Frank in check? I can only hope. Did you guys, Allie, did you guys dress up for Halloween? Like the fam? Hi, Tiffany. How are you? chance to rest up between the, yeah, exactly. Rather than having a just completely done for second day or second 12, get sleep and rest and then come back and then we just have another fun day. Yeah. So the days are set as of now. Well, the days are set. It's the times that might change. But I'll make sure to update my schedule and you guys can see it. Can I just state, I don't like that that's the third time that I've heard that and I haven't left my chatting screen. Oracle, thank you so much for the bits. Meg, thank you for the biddies. What did Allie say? I missed it. God damn it. Well, it was a fun stream, you guys. I had a blast. I hope you guys had fun too. We're going to call it here. We're going to go ahead and just cancel for the rest of the week. Look, this is like half of a fart train. Half of this was not farts. You can't claim fart victory. No, that doesn't count. It doesn't work on this one. No shot. This was not a level 8 fart train. No. It was not. God damn it. Allie, I saw your message. Where did it go? It disappeared on me. I dressed up as Tiffany from Bride of Chucky. Of course you did. Of course you did. You love Tiffany. She's an awesome character. It counts. No, it does not. Hi, Tornazan. What you doing? Hanging out. Listening to chat shit their pants. Withering Witch, thank you for the biddies. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Oh, thank you for gifting us up to Fart Train Express. Okay. All right. We're getting creative now, huh? We're just coming up with all the stuff. Yeah, that's how this is going to go. Fart Train Express. It's a great name. Don't get me wrong. It's a great name. God damn it. Fruit, thank you for the biddies. Night, thank you for the 7. I'm so afraid to move to the next screen. For those of you that haven't claimed, the names are so ridiculous. If you haven't claimed your Phasmo ID card, you can do it right now. You can do it right now. You don't even have to play a game. Just go claim it. Get the ID card while you can. Just do it. God damn it. How get ID card? Go to the Phasmo lobby. You're going to see the altar. Just interact with the altar. And boom, you have an ID card. Break, thank you for gifting a sub to FlashForce. Extreme, thank you for gifting to DQ Tacos. I don't know if that's a real name or if that's just another extension of what we're... Yeah, I don't know. Fuck. Okay, all right. That's enough. Listen. Poo poo choo choo. Okay. Sounds like a goddamn cartoon character. Is it okay? Anyone else had weird settings after the update download? All my settings were set to 0. Mine were okay. Mine are fine. I haven't opened the game since they did the hot patch, which we'll talk about that, by the way. They just had a hot fix for the Halloween update. Oh, hi, Tom. Thank you for joining in on the fun and gifting a sub to Mr. Toot. Mr. Toot. Don't you tell me what to do with my tones. Get out. Hi, Helmel. It's, hi, Tom. Hi, how are you? Tom, how were your games earlier, friend? Okay, now we're just getting gross. All right. Allie, thank you for gifting to Accidental Shart. And Halogen, thank you for gifting to Poop on My Back. Okay. Oh, and Allie gifted a Do You Play with Viewers? I do, actually. I'm going to be playing on the 16th and the 17th. Listen, as creative as you guys are, some of these are really gross. You're crying? I'm so glad that this is bringing you so much joy. Dark Mage, thank you for the 6 months. Oh, look, a normal person. Hi. Oh, my God. What did Halloween do to you guys? What was in the candy? You know what? There were some TikToks I saw that were cracking me up pretty good. The ones where, like, it's somebody saying that they found a needle or something inside of the candy, but then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, and 7 Allen wrenches, and I don't know what's going on. Dude, I was losing it. There was one that was like, so I opened up my kid's candy and I found there was a needle in there. Also, this Black & Decker hedge trimmer, and it's get attached to it. I didn't start anything. Don't you dare. Hi, Cozy. Welcome in. Allie, thank you for gifting to Unicorn Farting Rainbow. Now, you know that's a real person that's actively using Twitch. That's a real person. That's real. There's no doubt in my mind that person uses Twitch. Tinkerbell, hello. Welcome. Thank you for the tier 1 in all of this chaos. Just wait until they get streaks for resubs. Did you have to use the word streaks? Was that necessary? I don't think so. I think we could have used any other kind of word. Hi, Jocelyn. How's Mrs. Flash? She's good. She's been like past couple days. She's been feeling a little bit iffy, which is a good. I mean, it's good. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. But yeah, a little bit. But she was still like, even tonight, she was like, "You bet your ass I want pizza, though." Yeah. Champagne, thank you for the 9 months. Hi. No. God damn it. No, I won't. If you think that I'm going to go out of my way to make a vertical short or TikTok or whatever of just a bunch of farts happening and fart names, you've lost your mind. Sorry, that's just not my usual content. God damn it. Dread, help. Help, Dread, help. Help. They're losing it. Oh, fart simulator. Great. Thank you, Allie. It's you should call it a YouTube short. God damn it. This isn't a Chinga stream. We can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do it. Dread, thank you so much. I have so many mixed emotions right now. So many mixed emotions. Oh, look. Now there's one for Farts McGee. Okay. Okay. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Okay. I did not bring this on myself. How dare you? The short one in the silence was that was Chef's Kiss. Thank you, Gamer Wolf. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my God. I'm starting to cry. That was funny. That was funny. Thank you for gifting a sub, Allie, to Shartimus Prime. You know, these names are getting out of hand. I'm looking at the activity feed, and it's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen. That's not even shit related. God damn it. Steph, thank you for the biddies. Oh my God. And it's level 10 too. That's cool. Okay, listen. Listen. What a dark turn. I know. God damn it, Dread. Son of a bitch. Oh, Hyper. Hi, JLB. Hello. We haven't left the chatting screen. I'm a little more disturbed that you're finding those blurps so easily. And I have a feeling that you have them like favorited, which makes it even more worrisome. Hyper. Thank you so much for the subs, friend. Tom, thank you for the commenting. Okay. All right. Turn back around. I swear to God, I will turn this chat around. Thank you, Dread. Butthole Whisperer. Yep. These are all names we've had to say out loud today. That blurb was called Fart Roommate, and that one was called Mario Shart. These are the most ridiculous things that I've ever heard. I think Major Chaos is trying to tell us something. Major Chaos, do you have a secret to say, friend? You know what? Maybe if we go to the other screen, it will chill. You know what? I think that's the move. We're going to open Phaz, and maybe then it'll calm down. Maybe that's the move. What do you mean update queued? I always have Phasmo for auto. You, but mostly chat, will love the game I've just DM'd you. Oh my God. How dare you, whoever just gifted that anonymously? How dare you? You're going to be a Phasmo Ghost tonight? If y'all, yep, same. You tried to run. Phaz said no. Yeah. Phaz is like, no. Hold. I love that it's stuck above your head. I don't like that it's stuck above my head. I swear to God, I will gift a sub myself just so it's gone. You need this laugh. Well, I'm glad that it could bring you joy. You know, that's what we're here for. Hi, Daffodil. Gamer Wolf, thank you for the subs. Jesus Christ, guys. All gone. I appreciate you, friend, so much. Screen hot. That's right. Thank you, Wager. Whatever happened to the good old innocent chat? What happened? You guys used to be so good. What happened? Who corrupted you? Was it Tom? Did Tom do this? You started to work. God damn it. Did I do it to myself? Shit. We grew up. Oh, that's what it was. We learned from watching you. Party Child, thank you for the 6 months. You corrupted them. I didn't mean to. No sleep for 24 hours. Oh, my God. The ghost. This is not all me. How dare you, Tom? No, it is not. Listen. Oh, man. Something was in the candy. Something was in the Halloween candy. I'm convinced. Yes. We're only children with money now. Yeah, that's my life. That's my life. Chipotle, that's my life. I mean, I have a collection of 90s Nickelodeon Funkos. I mean, that's an adult with money. That's an adult with money. Oh, there's two more over there, by the way. You can't see them because they're like behind me. But there's two more over there now.
Welcome back.
Why does that one even exist? God damn it. Oh, all the sugar from the lollies were hyped up. You guys are all hopped up on sugar and Mountain Dew. God damn it. Hyper, thank you so much for the subs. Knowing Wi-Fi was slow. Oh, no, thank you so much. You guys are quite the crazies. If I could say so myself. You guys are quite the crazies. Jesus Christ. So speaking of goals and whatnots beyond, we have a daily to do. For those of you that just tuned in, beyond all of that madness, the monthly goal is going to go towards December and Christmas time. So if we reach the November goal, I'm going to have a viewer day where I am dressed head to toe as the Grinch. I'm going to paint my face. I will have all of the fur and Christmas garb that you can think of with the Grinch. I'm going to go all out as much as I possibly can within my means. So yeah, that is the goal for this month. Will you rhyme? Sometime. Even the feet? I mean, I don't know about the feet. You're not gonna be able to see them. Yeah, you won't be able to see them. Yeah. Georgie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Red! For those of you that haven't done so already, you have a ID card to get. So if you go in and you look at our blood moon, we're at 20% on stage 2. So stage 1 is complete. We are now on to stage 2. Now, if you haven't opened the game, you can go over to the altar that should be flashing, very slowly flashing a light. Click on it, and then you get your ID card. Wait, that's right. Hold on. I need to go over here so we don't have to hear that shit. And then there's the card. There it be. There it be. It's got the blood ID card and my Halloween merch. Hey, it's a twofer. Let's go. Hi, Britt. Streamers don't have legs. Nope, it's all fake. Hoping next Halloween is is as nice as yesterday so I can wear my Grinch costume. Oh, you mean the weather. Man, I almost wish it was colder. It was warm. It was really warm. Like the badge. I like the badge too. I think it's pretty rad. I clicked the altar yesterday. I don't think I got the card. I'll check later. You should have. Yeah, if you clicked on the altar and you don't have the card, I would go to the Phaz Discord and let them know that you don't have it. Yeah. Yeah. So as for things for the bad wheel, I have, I'm going to think of more things, but I have more sodas showing up tomorrow. So that'll be added to the bad wheel. So that'll be available this month. Yeah. Yeah. The upgraded badge should be interesting. I don't know. My guess would be that this is going to be animated. This is probably going to be like drippy. I don't know about this. I don't know what they're going to do for this one. I'm not sure. How far are we into stage 2? 20%. Yep. We saw it happen last. So it was basically 20% in a day. Now, I'm very curious to see what that's going to do because, they adjusted some things. So with the most recent patch, the totems no longer multiply with how many players you have. So what was happening before, it was a bug where if you had 4 players and you took a picture of a totem, it counted for 4 blood points. That doesn't happen anymore. It's still a max of 22, I believe. Still a max of 6 totem pictures that you can get that would count towards the total, but it no longer multiplies. So I don't know. I guess they were too afraid of us moving too fast on that, so they took it away. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. Do I play with multiple monitors? Well, I mean, I only play on one monitor, but I have multiple monitors, yeah. Yeah, so that way I can play, but also monitor chat and OBS and all the things and all the stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, I need to get to where we have lanterns. I need lanterns in my life. Firelight. Hello? Did I miss it? It's right there. 79. Oh, we're only 2 levels away. Oh, that's not bad. Hey, Ryder, how are you, dude? We're only 2 levels away. That's not bad. So for stage 2, do you still need to do those? Yeah. Yep. It's stage 1, 2, and 3 are the exact same thing. It's just that stage 2 is more than stage 1. Stage 3 is more than stage 1 and 2. So it's just you need more blood points for that one. That's why. Yeah. Lazy, welcome in. How are you? Having the issue where the mouse doesn't stay on the monitor with the game when you're moving to look around? No, mine's fine. Mine's fine. Want to play the game for years. You just got an Xbox. Any tips? Yeah, slowly learn, friend. Slowly take in the game. Go to amateur. Understand what the equipment does. Take your time in the house. On amateur, your sanity drain is so slow that it allows you time to sort of look around and check things out. But yeah, know where your hiding spots are. So if your sanity starts to get below a threshold, you know where to hide. Yeah, all that stuff. All the good stuff. Still lose my mind when the ghost events. It's something that you will slowly get used to. You will start to understand and figure out the difference between an event and a hunt. That comes with time. You'll know if I ever see the ghost and it's not in its physical form, it's an event. The ghost can only hunt in physical form. Only. Cannot hunt as a bubbly figure or any of that stuff. If you're playing on like Nightmare or lower, or even Insanity, and the ghost shows up and immediately starts walking, you know it's an event because there is a buffer before the ghost will actually start hunting. I think we'll not get stage 3. I think we will. I'm not concerned at all about us getting all of the stages. I think my bet is that they're adjusting it so that it takes most of the time. That's just my guess. Because the event ends on the 13th. How much you want to bet we finish the event on like the 11th or the 12th? How much you want to bet? That is my guess. They don't want it to end too soon, man. They want it to last. Lewis! What's up, man? Marvin, how are you? More Thunder. Hello. What's good? Gonna do chat games? Not today. Nope, if I ever am, it'll be in the title. No, our viewer games are gonna happen on the 16th and 17th. Yep. All right. Do I start with a blood moon and then maybe we can move around to some non-blood moon maps as well? How we feeling? You guys tell me. Gotta put the kid out of bed. No worries, Cassidy. You're good. Start with a blood moon. We feeling blood. All right. We can do blood moon. Elizabeth, thank you for the 13 months. Hello. What happened to the blood moon? What do you mean? What do you mean what happened to the blood moon? I don't know, man. This is my favorite blood moon map right now. This is my favorite. This is the best decorated house that they have for this event. By far. There's no questions asked. No questions asked. High school. That's the worst map in Phasmo. As soon as I snap a photo, why can't I scroll through my items? There's a buffer. There's a time. Depending on which tier you're using, that you have to basically hold on to it and it won't let you change. And so you can't snap photo, snap photo, snap photo. It's like an animation needs to finish before you can go to the next thing. It's honestly, I think, to make the tier 3 that much better because you can take photos faster. Yeah. All right, let's do, you know what? No. We'll start with this. We'll do pro, and then the next one we'll do nightmare. How about that? The blood moon levels harder than the levels without the blood moon? Correct. Yes, because the blood moon is affecting your game. No matter what setting you put the game on, the blood moon increases the difficulty. Yeah. No, high school sucks as a solo player because it's a walking simulator. It's really boring to watch. Yeah, that's just another reason why I don't like it. Multiple people, it's a little better. Do I play it? Sometimes. Often? No, it's very boring. Very boring. You had different weather than the blood moon. You know, somebody else said the same thing on like one of the blood moon maps. I think it was Point Hope, that they didn't actually have blood. Yeah, it was weird. Makes sense as to why the levels are going up quicker. That might be why. I mean, you have a 10% kick, a 10% boost. What's up, Ty? New need help? Feel free to ask whatever questions you got, my friend. There's always a chance that someone will know the answer in chat. Alrighty, Helen. Firelight, sensor 25. Let's go find the ghost quickly so we don't die. Good night, LV. Have a good one, man. Mrs. Juice, thank you for the 11 months. Thank God. Oh, hello. No cards. It's complete. Stage 1 is complete. Yeah, they said they were going to adjust it. They did. Hey, how are you? Hiding. Juice. You hope for cards? Unfortunate, because it's not. Is it here or is it downstairs? That's the real question. That's the real question. Hey, Percy, thank you for the 17 months. Oh, the temps are very similar here. Where you at, home dog? I've been getting the kitchen a lot. Is that garage? It was. Gotcha. Okay, we found it. We found it. Let's go see what our sanity is now. I mean, like almost 15 drop from that, from just walking in and literally nothing happening. We might be able to get over there and get a UV check in time too. Just started professional hunts as the event started. Oh, you did? Any orbs? I don't think so. No. Phalanges? No. Put the dot there. But done anything fun for Halloween? I mean, I took the kiddos trick-or-treating. I did a Halloween stream yesterday. Yeah. Hey, Molly. Let's get crucifix, book. Just in case things start to go south. Calling early night tonight. No worries. No, you're good, Ms. V. No, you're good. I need sleep. Welcome in. Ricky! Thank you for the prime. Hello. And a wacky first of the Novembers. Hey, Glass. How's the level 1 crucifix work? The same as level 2. It's just the area, the radius is smaller. Yeah. Oh, sinus headache. I'm sorry, Ms. V. If there's anything I'm going to have sympathy for in this world, it's for people that have headaches and migraines. So freaking bad, man. So bad. Kim, hello. How are you? But feel better. Just want to say while watching you on my TV. Now I have double. Hey, Dag, how are you? You got your first Phantom? Nice. Did you get a photo? Let's get these, you know, just in case. Just in case. How do you see the crucifix circle? You need to place the crucifix. Did you kick the power, you butthole? You sure did. It's writing. Where are you?
I'm far from there.
I bet you are. Okay. Ooh, it could be a Dio. Oh. Wait. No, it can't be a Wraith. Okay, good. We could have a little Dio-chan. I did and it went bye-bye. Yes, let's go. Hey, Cassidy, welcome back. I don't think we have UV. I'm pretty sure I caught that earlier. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Allergies. I'm itchy. Okay, we're fine. Do you have to play with other people? Nope. You are absolutely welcome to play it on solo, friend. Absolutely. Got killed even though I had 2 crucifixes in the room. Did the ghost start hunting outside of the room? Go. For other people because you're a wuss. No, listen. It could be fun with other people. Where are you? Ew. Are you here? Are you near? Where are you?
Far from there.
Where are you?
In a way.
Are you near?
I'm far from
Where
there.
are you?
I'm far from there.
Are you near?
He's here at this.
Where are you?
Close next to me.
Where are you?
I'm far from there.
Are you near?
Taken away.
Taking a wee. Where are you? Are you near? We're trying to get the Dio response.
Far.
Where are you?
In a way.
Where are you?
Right here.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm far from there.
God, stop being the same person over and over again. I think they lowered the chance of my right here. I swear to God. I think they did. I think they did. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Spite me. I think they did. Bastards. Oh, look at you, you turd. Set the freaking alarm off as we left the room. All right, we don't have this. We don't see this. Freezing EMF or dots. We're definitely not seeing dots, but it could be very delayed. Got me on the spirit box earlier today. Oh, what was it? Was it the right here? Because that's the one that I haven't heard that much. I've heard the other ones though. I've heard the oh my God, was it active killing? That one. That's the one I've heard recently. Hi, Mr. Song. Hello. Nothing? Okay. Ooh, look at my sanity. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. It's going to hunt. We don't want it to hunt just yet. No. I need to get a firelight in there. Need a motion sensor in there. And then we can let it get to 25. Yeah. Gotta turn off the car. Let's still get the rewards playing alone? Absolutely. Technically, you don't even have to play to get the rewards. You can just log in and get them. I'd recommend playing, but you don't have to. Hey! Butthole. Freezing. Goo. It's a Moroi. Hey, moron! Not a Dio. Nope. Explains the sanity drop. Yep. Let's go look for some totems, shall we? Watch, I'm gonna have like one. I like how this room is so red, but no totem. Why is that door changed? I don't understand. I don't get it. Winds of Gale, thank you for the 9 months. And Clover, hello, thank you for the 16. I think I have one. Difficulty, do it on pro, just to do a nice little fun run. Nice little fun run. Yeah, I have one. Unless there's one in the basement that I didn't see. Why are you crouching while moving? I'm curious. Just a habit. It's just something that it's just become a habit to do. Just crouch while moving around. Usually if I'm going to pick up and place items, it's just easier because of how much closer you are to the floor to get all these things like this, rather than trying to do it where it's like that and like that. And you're trying to pick it up in this small little area. That area becomes larger when you get crouched. So it just becomes a habit. Easier to see the floor, easier to see everything. Exactly. Can you see the Goryo on the picture camera? Nope. Oh, dining table, I missed one? Thank you. Okay. What is wrong with you? Ty, I have no idea, friend. I turned my count off, so I have no idea. Thank you, DK. Appreciate it, dude. Ghost! Oh, it's right there. Hey, we haven't had a single event from you. Hello? Hello? Nothing? Not in the mood? I heard you touch that, you turd. Ghosty? Hello? I'm gonna touch your piano. I'm gonna do it again. Oh, farted on me. All right, fine, I get it. Hey, Cinnamon, my day's good. How was yours? Fine. Didn't want touching? No. Nah. Heard there was a fart. No, he did not. He, them, it, whatever. Ooh, I have hiding right here. Okay. Okay, Halogen, there's no need to, like, hold on to that. That's unnecessary. Shade, thank you for the alert. Right here. Ghost! Oh, shit balls. All right, never mind. Oh, God. I scared the shit out of myself. Takarita! Oh, hi, friend. How the heck are you, dude? I'm so sorry for their behavior. Oh, welcome in. Hi. Hello, friends. How we doing? Good to see you. Hey, how are you? Hey, you should eat this crucifix again. Hello? Phantom? No, it's a Moroi. It's just, I think it was just a timing coincidence. Hello? In my defense, I was left on super. Touche. But welcome in, guys. Good to see you. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys had fun with Takarita. If you guys are not following Takarita is awesome. Plays Phasmo, does all the things. All the things. Shit, I don't know where the bone is. I don't know where the bone is. I don't know. We're boneless. Boneless wangs. Boneless wangs. But yeah, I decided to start with a nice little pro game just for funsies. And we got all the evidence. So we know what it is. I just got to go find the bone. Boneless goes wangs. Yep, that's right. We're not playing viewers amped. Yeah. Rebel, how are you? Likey, hello. All right, let's go find a bone. Let's go find a bone. We don't need to worry about photos anymore. And we don't have to worry about finding the bone anymore. 3 stars. Go on. Okay, perfect game. Let's go. We out. We out. Break. You're not going to be ready. I'm just going to put it like that, okay? I'm going to arrange
I've got some jobs ready for you.
such a time. I really hate, really don't like, really don't enjoy. Oh, look at that, though. Look at that. We got the 3-star. We got that Discover. Sheesh. I really don't enjoy this. So if you also don't enjoy that, I didn't mean to screenshot. I don't know why that just happened. If you also don't enjoy that, but you need to like look at this screen, just go away from it and then hit spacebar or whatever button it is if you're on console to take you to the screen. Then you don't have to hear it anymore. Yeah, it's a bad noise. I've got misophonia, so like I've got sensitivity to certain noises where it's just really aggravating, and sounds like a wet fart. I don't want to ask you why that sound is so familiar for you. Hey, Lori, how's the event? The event's good. We have reached stage 2. We are at 21%. Would be nice to be able to mute it. I agree. Yeah, I think it would be nice if we didn't have to hear it in the lobby the whole time. I think there should be a mute button. Something like that. Yes, but if you haven't claimed it yet, if you haven't been in the game, since this has been done, you can go get the ID card right now. You don't have to do anything. You just go into the game and go to the altar, go over to it, click on it, interact with it, and boom. Yeah. Cam, thank you so much. Stop playing. Tonight was at 19. Nice. Yesterday when I was playing, we hit the 100. And then I don't remember what time I stopped streaming last night. It was like 9:30. It was like this time. So in roughly 24 hours. In roughly 24 hours, we've gone up 20%. I think. What's up, Finn? If a ghost fully closes a door, what does that mean? Depends on what situation you're in. Because any ghost can fully close a door, but a Yurei will do something that's a little bit different than other ghosts. Like a Yurei will fully slam a door, but unless they have changed things, when the Yurei slams a door, it'll slam the door, and then there will be this really delayed door slam sound. That's usually the Yurei ability. Yeah. Takarita, thank you again, friend. I appreciate you so stinking much. If you need to do things, post-stream things, if you need to go get some rest, get some food, go chill, I appreciate you. We will be here. I'm not going anywhere. What ghost do you find the easiest to deal with? The Dio. The Dio. As long as you don't trap yourself, you can outpace it just by walking. But you just got to make sure you're not hiding. That's really the biggest thing with the Dio. Be back, no worries, Juju. When they shut the front door when you've gone to the truck solo is always funny. Oh, that's the best. I love that. All right, let's do Nightmare on a normal map so we don't out Blood Moon ourselves. Do some normal stuff too. So we're gonna go to Ridgeview. We'll do Nightmare Run. And then we need one more level and we'll have lanterns. Hey yo. What's up, Manu? Doing any apocalypse runs during this event? That's my plan. That's one of the big reasons I want to get lanterns, so that way I can do apocalypse runs a little easier. A little bit easier. So I have some light to be able to see what the hell's going on. I would like to do one on one of the Blood Moon maps. That'd be great. Especially do it successfully. That'd be awesome. Bought the game the other day. Let's go. You're loving it? Hell yeah, man. Yeah, if you guys just got the game, I hope you're enjoying it. I really do. What a name. Fuck off, mate. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Thank you for the advice on doing Nightmare with Sandy activity board, by the way. I did it today and it was very nice. Let's go. The jump from Pro to Nightmare is so significant. Those little custom settings that you can do to make it a little bit easier it's super helpful to make it not so intimidating to do the jump to the next difficulty. So if you play pro a lot and you feel like you know the ghost pretty well, but you're afraid to go to nightmare, turn on your sanity and your activity board and then go do nightmare and see how you do. Yeah. Hey, Tempe. Had the game for a while. Just terrified of the game. Listen, you just got to go in there and do it, man. You just got to go do it. Got to do it. All right. I have ads coming, and I think we're going to run them now before we go into the next map, so it's just over with. I do 3 minutes every hour to remove pre-rolls. So if you are not subbed, if you don't have turbo, you're not going to miss squat. We're not going to leave this lobby until it's over. I do that just so that way everyone's on an even playing field and people don't miss the game. So if you need to go get a snack, if you need to go hang out, go do what you got to do. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Fuck off, mate. Thank you for the subs. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, that name is unnecessary, Kenobi. I see you. God damn it. Holy shit. Thank you. No, thank you, dude. Get out of here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Once these ads start, we'll go to the ad screen and then we'll kind of hold off. Dad? Son? Just watched the newbie video. I learned, hey, let's go. Yeah, I'm hoping to make more, Axie. I'm hoping to make more. I really want to make a video about just tips and tricks in general to staying alive when the ghost is about to hunt you. I think there's a lot of different decisions that you can make, and I would like to play out different scenarios to show what you can do. Rather than just be like, play B-roll of Phasmo and talk about it, I would like to be able to show the different scenarios, actually do them and talk about them doing them. So that's the plan. 'Tis the plan. Thank you for the pride for 10 months, Drake. Appreciate you, homie. I want a flash ID card. I ran out last week. I'm sorry. What stage do you need to have to get a Ure to hunt? Below 50. Yeah. Ure is we say normal. When we say normal, that just means average. So most ghosts hunt when you get below 50 sanity, and Ure is one of them. Now the Ure, with its ability, when it uses its ability, will take a big chunk of your sanity. Have you considered putting your face on the Hanged Man card? Would be a pretty cool sticker, in my opinion. Hyper. You mean like that? You mean that exact thing that we just said? Steam says you don't have Phaz anymore. Now it's making you buy it and reinstall it. Lily, do you by chance have like emails about when you buy games? Yeah, I added a few stickers. Yeah. Hi, Mel. I added them a little while ago, not too long ago. But Hyper's hilarious. Hyper's like, oh, you should add a sticker that has your face on a Hangman card. You mean like that one? Right there? That exact thing? Yeah, I could do that. Hey, Jeff, what's up, dude? Happy fart day. You shut your damn lips. But yeah, we have a few here. So at the music box, we got the tarot card. We've got the monkey paw. We've got toe. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it's there. All right, 30 seconds and we'll be done. 30 seconds. When you're putting SongCloud on a High Priestess card, though, I mean, that would actually be kind of funny. That would actually be pretty funny. There wasn't one. I know. Fair enough. Fair enough. Edward, hello. Thank you, friend. Hi, Gabby. Turn them off while they kept sending me ads for the game I bought. If you bought the game, are you sure you don't have you don't have multiple Steam accounts? It's possible you bought it on a separate Steam account. T-shirt merch is extremely comfy. I love them. I have so many Fourth Wall shirts. It's a little bit ridiculous. Yeah, I have a few couple minis. Yep. Mobile keeps freezing. That's Twitch. Seems to be pretty commonplace that the mobile seems to have a bunch of problems. I was having the same thing happen to me where I had to keep turning on and off my Wi-Fi to get mobile Twitch to work properly. Yeah, it was annoying. Hey, what's up, Edward? Good to see you. Bought it yesterday. Me and my sibling, we had fun earlier. Playing with the boys later. Let's go. Hell yeah. What's been your favorite part of the game so far? Have any of you recently purchased the game and have not really watched much content on it? Like not watching streamers, like YouTubers or anything like that. You just sort of heard about it and then got the game. Is there anybody here that's been like that? Or have most people that bought the game bought it because they saw others playing it on stream or they saw others playing it in videos? I'm just curious. Diesel, welcome in. Dancing Canadian, hello. I was here the other night. Welcome back. I might have seen your stream earlier, just saying. Sent my best friend and her husband a Faz key. Let's go. Oh, did I forget to mention that I was giving away 2 Faz keys today? Did I forget to mention that part? Bought it because I saw, me and others playing it. Yeah, I bought it because I saw others playing it. You did? Dang. Rats. Yeah, we're giving away a free key for Xbox and for PlayStation tonight. Sorry, beginning of stream was a little chaotic. I apologize. My bad. Hey, Nitro, welcome in. Coming to you live from the can. Okay, all right. Mel's pooping. Mel's pooping. Hyper, thank you for the sticker giveaway. If you guys type join in chat, you could possibly win the tarot card sticker we were just looking at. The word join, literally just the word join. That's it. Someone was asking, we're at 21%. It's gone up like a percent or two since I've started that I've been able to tell, but it's gone up 20%, 21% since last night. No, Finn, no, just on the purple app, friend. No, they don't have any bots to make it work cross-platform like that. Not yet. Not yet. Hey, Knight. At this rate, I think we finished everything. I'm not worried about it. I think no matter what, I think they will adjust accordingly to make it happen. I think that they're just trying to make sure that it doesn't happen too fast. So if it seems like it's a little bit on the slow go, I bet they'll adjust it again. So I'm not worried about it at all. At all. Who won? Edward! Edward with the win. Let's go. Enjoy the game. Level 16. Nice. Yeah, I heard that there was a problem with console and about bindings and stuff. And I know Tom has already spoken out about that. So I think they might look for other ways to make things happen. Gee, thank you for the sub. BRB, no worries, Mel. You're a good friend. Guys, if you're not following my amazing, lovely friend, Miss Epic Tight Pants, make sure that you do. She's one of the awesome members of Midnight Society. Oh, God damn it. Stupid altar. Mel's awesome. Plays a shit ton of Phasmo. Is also another Kinetic partner. Mel, Mr. Tom, all the lovely peeps. Got a really good game earlier, but failed the rest. But did you have fun? Oh, I totally forgot. In the patch notes, it said something about, on one of the consoles, apparently there was a bug where when you would place a tier 1 tripod, it would follow you. If anybody has a clip of that, I would love for you to send it to me or post it somewhere, because I really want to see that happen to somebody. Apparently the tripod was literally following the player. But I haven't seen it. I would love to see that bug because that sounds hilarious. Taking a tripod for a walk. This is correct. Yeah. Edward, enjoy the sticker, dude. Bought the game because my brother was playing Friends and asked me to join in. Got nightmares from playing. Watching indeed is all fine. Don't know what to do. Honestly, going into the map and letting the ghost hunt you to desensitize yourself can be really helpful. Yeah. I know Xbox has been having most of the issues. Has it really? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Sam, welcome back. Thank you for the 16. How do you claim the Blood Moon ID card? You just have to interact with the altar. That's it. Yeah. You could do it now. You can wait till later. You don't have to claim it right now. If you wait until like stage 2 is done, you'll get both stage 1 and 2. Tripod, new ghost type. Is it mini-me? Robbie, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Nick, thank you, thank you. When should you be crouching in Phasmo? Depends on the situation. I crouch a lot. People ask all the time, hey, why are you crouching? One of the big reasons why I crouch is because with items on the ground like this, you see the size of the item when I am standing up, this small little area, right? But if I'm crouched, look how much larger this area is. So if I'm quickly going through a map and I need to pick up all my stuff, I can quickly do it. But if you're trying to do that and you're standing, it might be a little bit more difficult to get them. So it just became a habit to crouch all the time. There's no speed benefit. You're not faster or something. But another benefit is if it's really dark, you can see a little better because you can see the ground. Yep. Are we going to get Flash Turkey Glove merch? Listen. Listen. All right, let's go into Ridgeview. We'll do a nightmare run. Away from the Blood Moon so we don't out Blood Moon ourselves. Watching a lot on YouTube. Welcome in, Robbie. Appreciate you, dude. Excited to join tonight. Join the party. Appreciate you. It's great to have you. My wife thought it was a funny idea to possibly do Thanksgiving merch as well. She thought it was pretty funny. Does the lobby look like this because of the Blood Moon event? Yes. Yeah. We're not playing viewers, Otter. Yeah. Zero. What up, homie? Mythical, thank you for the 11. Mr. Severely Zero, the creator of the cheat sheet that we'd love to use, guys. He's right there. He is the one. So if you have any requests, if you want him to expand the website, give him a lot of work to do, just add him. Yeah, don't. He'll get pissed at me. Don't do that. He's also the one that is responsible for for these guys. He's responsible for these. He's responsible for those. Well, not the, but I'm sorry. I meant the plaque. Sorry. Confused it. My bad. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of amazing people in the community, man. Hey, Taz. Oh, hey, how are you? Mythical, thank you for the 11. Welcome in. Dorothy Myers, 25. Repel and capture a photo. It was the trophies. Okay. Why did I think that you gave me the plaque? Dad brain. It's dad brain. I'm just convinced. There's a lot happening. There was a lot happening. All right, let's go. Let's rock. Why are the screens in the van busted? On Nightmare, you don't get sanity or activity monitors. So they do be gone. They do be gone. Wolf, thank you for the 3 months. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate you, homie. Go there. Go there, go there, go there. Let's see here. Yep, go there. Perfect. Perfect. Moron. Let's go. Love this game. Hell yeah. Hey, Super. Good to see you. I haven't heard shit since we've walked in the door, though. I ain't heard squat. Yeah, the cheat sheet's amazing. It's weird not having to worry about the Blood Moon stuff now. It's freaking weird. Adrian, hello. Thank you for the tier 1. My God. Yeah, I told Stream that if we reach the monthly goal this month, that I will be doing viewer games near Christmas dressed as the Grinch. Hey, Nightmare, how are you? Gross. Gross, 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 gross. Inu! Thanks for the 4 months, friend. I appreciate you. Hey, Ghost Rider, I'm glad you're having fun with the game, man. A little fed up playing Phasmo alone. Just jump into public lobbies or join the Phas Discord. All right, so we had an instant event. Interesting. So where are you, homie? Possibly hallway. I think it's taking a poop. I think it's taking a poop. Summoning circle. I don't want the summoning circle. When I was playing with my friend, he couldn't drop the tripod. He looked permanently holding it. Oh, was he on console or was he on Steam? Hey, what's up, Vid? Didn't flush the toilet for him? Well, no, I gotta give him some time to go. No tarot cards. No, I've got the circle. PS5. I haven't heard anything about people getting stuck with stuff like that. So I would probably, if you guys ever have things to report, always report them in the Phas Discord. Always, 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 always. No, that is not what the ghost wants. You hush your damn butt. How dare you? Unlock the tier 3 headgear. Nice. You know, it's funny. I think the tier 2 has been probably growing on me as a favorite more than the tier 3. Main reason, it's just I don't want to stare at green the entire time. I almost got stuck there. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Any evidence yet? No. Thought I heard something over here. You roaming around? Home Dizzle? Bam, I thank you for the 3 months. Ghosty. All right, now I'll flush. Was playing with someone who helped me get loads of money. I couldn't believe there's cheats for this game. Yeah, I would have reported them immediately because if they find out that you have a lot of money that you haven't earned through playing, there's a good chance you'll get banned. So yeah. Yeah, people cheat in the game when they're sad and pathetic because they just can't play the game just to win. Wasn't happy about that. Listen, I don't understand why he wouldn't be happy about me flushing his turlet for him. I think that that's such a noble thing to do. Oh. Meltdowns has brought me so much joy. Oh, the meltdown. Oh, people not being able to cheat. Oh, well, those people aren't using cheats. They're using like exploits. But yeah, there's a lot of people that have lost the ability to do some exploits and they're really upset about it. And I really don't care. Like, I don't care that they're upset about that. I understand if you're upset about something else, that's fine. But if you're upset because they took your ability away to exploit the game, come on. Come on. Don't get me wrong, liked it because I got loads of money, but was ruining my because I didn't have to do anything. Well, that's what I'm saying. You have a bunch of money now that you didn't earn. So now you lose it all. Then what? You just hope you run into another cheater? Yeah. No thanks. No shakes. Who cheats in a game like this? Somebody that has zero gaming ability. Zero game sense to be able to do anything. If I'm just guessing. Just a guess. Just throwing it out there. Broken Tangent, thank you for the 6 months. Yeah, it's sad. Can I play with PC players? You certainly can. Tis a cross-play game. Skill issue? Yeah. Major skill issue. Finally have breath in here. No freezing. Here, we'll give you the writing book. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Jesus Christ, Grandma. Oh my God. I turned my headphone up. I think I heard a window knock. I turned my headphones up since yesterday with the Beetlejuice stuff. I couldn't hear that well. That was a mistake. Mistake. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? That seems early. That seems a bit early. Tad? A skosh? I think it's a little bit early. We're gonna go get some smudgies just to be safe. Seen someone say, are you pizza, are you French? Yeah, it's just common. It's phrases that people have used over time. A Damien? It might be a Damien. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't gotten anything from it, though. We haven't gotten a single thing. I can't see the book from here. Hey, Mezzo, I'm good. How are you, friend? You need a strap for it? For Maple Lodge? What kind of, like, for what? What about it? No evidence? No, it's Nightmare. I should get evidence anyway. Should. What's the difference between incense or smudges or whatever? I unlocked incense. They used to be called smudges. And now they're called incense. So people, it's just habit. People still call it smudge. I still call it a smudge. Like, you smudge the ghost. You don't incense it. You know what I mean? Any evidence? No, not as of yet. It hasn't given me shite. We're going to take in one of these guys. I prefer smudge. I do too. Yep. Same. Thermo for sure. Thermo EMF. You think so? That mother. Uh-oh. That mother effer cut the power. Well, it's not a djinn. Uh-oh. It's got a spicy upstairs, if you know what I'm saying. The upstairs is on fire. Oh, no. Our upstairs. It's broken. Oh, it's the dots. I'm like, what the f is that? Never mind. If you quickly cycle your parabolic microphone, you can remove any sound that's currently being heard. So like, I go like this. We hear the dots. If I quickly cycle my parabolic microphone, that sound is gone. Only new sounds show up. Window knock. It might have moved to the bedroom. The sounds keep happening over there to the left. Is Nightmare way harder than Professional? It's a pretty big jump. Yeah. Mr. Chaos, welcome in. Works with the ceiling fan? Yes, it does. Are you throwing a lot? You're not throwing enough. I don't think it's Pulte throwing. It almost sounded quiet. But would my sanity have drained that much? I didn't even start a damn timer. We can go here. That's fine. It sounded extremely quiet. Miling. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know for sure. I don't know. We'll find out. Definitely possible. Yeah. Yeah. Never made a whole account just for a stream. I appreciate it. Something's wrong with your computer. Well, have you thought about fixing it? Watching an early Phasmo video. I'm trying to. And they were screaming at the ghost to poop in the sink for dirty water. Yeah, that sounds right. We do that now. Yeah. We do that now. Hey, Bloxian, welcome in. I'm going to wait for it to hunt again. I don't think this is a demon. Miling test is if you only hear it when the flashlights flicker, I think. The miling test with a flashlight is when you're standing right next to a flashlight. If you hear the footsteps and see the flashlight blinking at the same time, miling. Answering questions you got. Oh, I did. Oh, really? Thank you, Hyper. Thank you. That's your favorite game? Yeah. It's a miling. I bet you we have writing. We either have writing or we're going to get writing. But if I had to guess, brawling, thank you for the 2 months. Oh, look, writing. Game is very addicting. It is. Agreed upon. Akio, hello. Might hunt us. No, we got it. We're good. So the ghosty is extremely quiet. Extremely quiet. Doing good, Akio. How are you, friend? Right, so we have 25% photo and repel. I don't need you to hunt, do I? I mean, the repel, I guess. Brother, you know what? I'm going to let my sanity drain completely, get the repel, and then we'll re-sanity up to go get a photo. I think that sounds like a plan. I think that sounds like a plan. Had a few crashes since the update. Really? Interesting. I know I dropped my lighter. I seenst it. I seenst it. Rix, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we'll get photo camera. I'm not really worried about the other crucifix. Not right now. Yeah. No, we want our sanity to drain. So what I can do is I can go in and actually use the circle to do that. Ooh, maybe that's the plan. Where'd I put it? There it is. All right, so we've got light, smudge, other smudge. Okay. There we go. Little smooge. Just a little smooge. Is it going to come downstairs? No? Hi, Rod. How do you get incense? You unlock it and then you purchase it. Spirit? No, it's really quiet. It's a miling. We're just waiting for it to come downstairs so I can actually repel it. Jiggly, welcome in. Hello, my dear. Got the Ranger badge today. Nice. Yeah, I've got to grind for those too at some point. Crashes are a huge problem recently. Really? You mean on console? Empress, thank you for the 7 months. Hello. How did I run through it? It's because I used the incense. When you use the incense, you are at that point invincible for a certain amount of seconds, depending on which one that you used. The ghost is basically stunned, and then you can phase through it and it won't hurt you. But once that time is up, then it can come after you again. So it's not very long. Not very long. Kyle, thank you. Hello. Oh, on PC you're having crashes. Oh, interesting. Oh, weird. I don't know if I've heard of any crashes on PC. Yeah. How is it easier to tell which ghost it is? The hunting speed, by looking at it, if it's doing a certain event more often than not, if it seems like the ghost has teleported to you, if it hasn't walked in salt, there's like a lot of these tells that you learn over time to know if the ghost is something or isn't something. Having any crashes lately? I know the other day it took me a hot second to be able to load the game up. So I don't know about that. Yeah, but if you guys ever have issues with the game, man, you want to make sure you go to the Discord, go to the Phasmo Discord and report them. Because I'm not going to know how to, I'm not going to be able to fix shit. Yeah. Did the ferryman of the drown already? Nice. All right, now we're going to go up a stairs. And we're going to go get a ghost photo. I need to go find the bone. I need to put some salt down. We need to get some of those, some of these, some of those. Take all the shinies. All right, so what I'll do is we're going to take salt upstairs. How many hours in Phas? Like 3K, something like that. Oh, goo. It's been my main stream game for like 3 years. It'll eventually walk in that. Yeah. Are the ghosts faster in the Blood Moon maps? Yes, they are like 15% faster, I think. Pretty sure it's 15. $43. Nice. Thank you, Kyle. Ghosty. Ghosty, ghosty, ghosty. Oh, you did move. Oh, you turd. Hello? How much to convert this investigation to a thief sim? Nothing. No shot. It is so boring. No shot. No way. Ghosty! I'm gonna turn the dots off because these are useless. Hello? Samuel, thank you for the follow. Whoa. There, now I hear the 5. Ghosty. Hello. Dorothy Myers. Played in VR. I have. It's just been a little while since I've played in VR. Hey, Space Cat. Why is salt put in one spot only? Because if the ghost takes a step in that one spot, I now have 9 photos I can take. Hello? Buzz buzz. Okay. You know what I could do? I bet my sanity is probably high enough. Grandma, good to see you. You're asking a Phas stream if anyone watched the Fortnite live event? Yeah, probably everyone here. Here, we'll give you a smudge. Enjoy. Totally? Totally. No, don't you dare call to react to somebody. Don't you dare. Leave them alone. She needed a smudge? I think so. I figured she would enjoy it. I haven't found the bone yet, have I? Hi. Okay. I thought I saw something weird. Okay. Is it in the ghost room? Nope. Nope. Rafa, how dare you? How dare you? That freaked you out. It's like a commercial fire alarm. What kind of fire alarms do you have in your house? Thought your college fire alarm went off? I mean, the sounders in your rooms don't sound like that. I do have a smudge. Okay, we're good. We Gucci. We just gotta find a bone. Hi, Rafa. There we go. There we go. There we go. No bone. No bone. Keep looking. Hi, Rafa. I know it's not. I mean, listen, if you installed an industrial, like commercial fire alarm system in your building, in your house, and that's the sound that's coming in, I mean, whatever. You do you, boo-boo. But I also used to work in fire alarm installation way back in the day. So, yeah, I have some knowledge on it. Hi, T. Hello. Mother of... Oh, was that a cruci burn? Dude, why do I feel like sanity drain is so high? What the... I mean, I know I lit the crucifix. I mean, I guess that's probably why. I prefer... Okay. All right. Halogen, have a good night, friend. Get all the sleeps. All of them. Oh, someone just fell down. I'm unfortunately not finding a bone. Unfortunately. Not finding a bone anywhere. No, I haven't. Dragon! What up, homie? How was your stream? Cruci burn, buys me time. Probably going to be over here to the right in an open area. I almost want to bet on it. Yeah. Hey, Minecraft, how are you? What up, Vamp? Going on, getting some levels, getting some blood moon points. All the things. Oh, look at Granny. Isn't she so cute? Isn't she so cute? Myling and goodbying. God damn it. We are not back at the beginning of the stream. Stop it. Blondie, I swear to God. Look at the photo, though. It's a pretty good photo. Son of a bitch. We're going to school. We have 3 different fire alarms in the building. Bells, 3 chirps, and talking ones. Oh, geez. How are you, food safety? We love Granny. Here, let's see if we can get a better view of the Granny photo. She's scary? No, she is not. How dare you? She's a lovely lady. Look at her. How dare you? She's a gem. Love the event so far. Super fun to play. All my friends have been busy. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the event. That's awesome. She wants a hug. She does kind of look like she wants a hug. You know, her holding the sickle really takes away from me being interested in giving her a hug back. Does that break? No, it's Blood Raven. You bastards. I'll see you, Fetty. Appreciate you. Don't say hey like you wouldn't be the one doing it. All right. Well, listen, before we go to the next one, I might as well go ahead and we might as well jump on it. That was pretty rough. Yeah. All that was left was a leg. Wait, what? How to ghost practically show one of my... Oh, shove one of your friends into a wall. Damn. Damn. All right. Let's do the thing. Like I said, the sodas will be here tomorrow, so I can add them to the bad wheel. Just not yet. Not yet. A game. All right. We're going to give away a free Steam game. And then in a little bit, we'll do the console giveaways. The console game giveaways. That's in a little bit, though. If you want a drink, you can make it home. I sent you. Ooh, okay. Thank you. I'll have to check it a little bit later. Thank you, Hyper. Hey, gamer fan. Good to see you. All right. I'm going to give away a Steam game real fast. So let's do stuffs. All right. If you are on Steam and you want to win a free game, type the word free into chat. It's not a command. You don't have to put exclamation point. You just have to type the word free. If you win, you are going to get a free Steam game, a random game. We'll spin a wheel to figure out what the game is. Steph, thank you for the 31 months. Damn. Yerumi, hello. What's up, Questy? Good to see you. 31 months. Steph, my God. Not on Steam. Hey, no worries, friend. No worries. I'll be doing a Xbox and PS5 console code giveaway for Phasmo in a bit. Probably like close to like 11 my time. So like in like 45 minutes probably. It's going to be you. You've rigged the wheel. Okay. We will see if it's you. We will see if it's you. I'll give you guys like 30 seconds. 30 seconds. If I ever do these giveaways, always look here to see what the command is. And because I don't have an exclamation point, it's not a command. It's just a word that you type. But it's always right here. I'm not in California. No, I'm on the East Coast. Nope. Nope. It is 10:14 p.m. Eastern time. Is it capital sensitive? I don't think so. If anybody hasn't entered yet, if you want to type free in all caps and see if it works. If you've already entered, you can't enter twice, so that's not going to work. I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see if it's cap sensitive. Let's see. Oh, Astrock. Astrock, you're there. If that was your first time entering Astrock, you're in. It worked. PSU, get out of here. It does. I won the merch with caps on. Okay. And I never make these caps. I never do caps on these. So I guess it does work then. Yeah. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I saw the name. Not sure if I got it or not. As long as you typed the word free, you absolutely did. Valid! GG's. Let's go. Heck yeah. All right, Valen. Now we need to see what it is that you're getting. So close. So close, but so far. Spirit of the Island. Ooh, okay. All right. Spirit of the Island. All right, let me close this. All right, give me a moment so I can get them this. I don't like to wait on these because if I wait, I'm going to forget and I don't want to forget. I do not want to forget. Vaughn, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome in. Hello. Doop, 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 boop. Okay. Go to Whispers. What do I need? I need to get you the code. The actual code itself would be helpful. In 6 minutes, you have to go to sleep? Okay. In 6 minutes, we'll say goodnight. Oh, there's a horror collection on Humble Bundle right now? Ooh. Dark Pictures and Little Nightmares horror collection. Ooh. All right. Valen, I'm getting you the code right now, friend. Boom. It is sent. 'Tis sent. There we go. Beginner's guide helped you a lot. Let's go. Dude, I want to do more in depth. I would like to do more in depth. So I'm glad that's helpful. I at least wanted to do some amateur walkthroughs because I don't see a lot of those. I see a lot of like, if you're starting out, try these things and then it's random tips, but like not just full blown walkthroughs from beginning of an investigation to the end. And I know a lot of people have been like, have expressed interest and liking seeing full investigations. So I figured that'd be a good thing to do. Yeah. Saw a friend post a pic of their kids dressed up as little nightmare characters. That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Received. Let's go. Valen, enjoy, friend. Enjoy. Hey, Void, I'm good. How are you? All right. I can wait to do the bad wheel or I can do it now. Your guys' choice. Dealer's choice. Well, not the dealer's choice. Not dealer's choice. I feel like I struggle to hide or where to hide. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Full investigations are better. Yeah. Do it now so you won't forget. You might forget. Okay, wow. Damn, we just collectively are like, you're going to forget? Shit. All right. All right. Listen, guys. All right. All right. All right. Just because you know doesn't mean you got to say it like that. I mean, you're not wrong, but still. It's you. Yeah. Yeah. So after tomorrow, the gross sodas are going to be added back to this wheel. I'm just waiting for them to show up. I did order some per the request of even people DMing asking about it. So they're going to be added to the wheel tomorrow. Tomorrow. You're the one that opened the can of worms. I know. Are they the same ones? They're the same type. Yeah, I'm going to look for other stuff as well. But I don't want the bad wheel to just be food and drinks. It could be other things. I just haven't thought of other things yet. What's Spicy Bean Boozled? It's really spicy beans. Unfortunately. Yeah. I'm a wimp. Oh, and I somehow dodge it every goddamn time. No, I don't stream on Saturday. No, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8:30, and then Sundays at 1. And that's all Eastern time. Yeah, it's in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord already, my Discord is there. It's discord.gg/FlashForce. I have a schedule inside of the Discord that actually lets you know when I'm streaming and if we're doing anything specific. Yeah. All right. All right. I thought it meant like spicy. What? Yeah, spicy. Yeah, spicy as in hot. Yeah, spicy. What do you mean? I thought it meant like spicy. You mean like the TikToks of the zesty? Oh, that is zesty. Sorry, fucking cracks me up. All right, I got a handful. The beans are half naked. They could be. They could be. Delish. Just like the crucifix when eating spicy. That's right. Aldi's to thank for that, by the way. So that's like toasted marshmallow, dead fish, stinky socks. There was no band-aids in that one. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's really weird. Oh, I feel like if you like lick a boot, like that's what it would taste like. How does one know what it tastes like? You have to ask the people at the company. Fuck me. How do they know what old bandage tastes like? I said if you were to lick one. Shut up, break. God damn it. Yeah, why am I doing it? So if I hit my daily goal, I spin a good wheel where it can be beneficial to you guys. It can be free games, a sub, merch. If I hit it twice, it's a bad wheel where bad shit happens to me. Yeah. That's why. Boothy, thank you for the 2 months. No, Michaela, we're still rocking, friend. I just wanted to do that stuff to get it over with, so I didn't forget. Ugh. So technically both wheels are good for you. This is true. Yeah. All right, let's go back to, wait, what level am I? Oh, no, I need 79, don't I? Shit. All right. Do you guys want to go to a blood moon? Yummy. What if you hit a third time, though? Good or bad wheel? I would probably rotate, so it'd probably go back to the good wheel. Blood moon? All right, we did Edgefield, so we could do Grafton, Willow, or Point Hope. Can we do a quick 1-minute vote, mods? Would that be possible, please? To see if we want to go to Grafton, Willow, or Point Hope. Yeah, we have a lot of mixed opinion. There's a lot of mixed opinion. Do you think they'll change the Blood Moon maps halfway through? No, David, I don't think so. I think that what we have is what we have. I just made car night 2 and 3 first. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, you made them, but I don't have an alert. Did it like not go through on my end? Oh, the vote is live, by the way. Look at the top of chat and you guys can see it. I need the improved badge than the trophy. So go ahead and I'll do the work for you. Wow. Wow. Why didn't the alert come through? Oh, you know what it might be, gamer. You know what it might be? Because it might be because of them needing to like trigger it. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, car. Oh, and cars. Now I understand what you're saying. Oh. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. Car is amazing, dude. I love Car. Car has been a homie for so long. So freaking long. That's awesome, gamer. That is awesome. Hell yeah. How close are we to level 2? We're getting there. 21.88%. Yeah, we're going to Graffiton. Graffiton. Car is an OG. Hello, Sarash. Hey, Zach. Welcome back. How are you? Still tastes beans. Delish. Ugh. All right. I could do Nightmare. We could do, I don't want to do Insanity just because there's no cursed possession, and that just hurts my soul every time. We also figured out, by the way, that if you use the monkey paw to change the weather, everything still stays the same except the outside weather effect. You still have a faster ghost. Your sanity still drop. All the effects of the blood moon weather are still there, even though you've changed the weather. Yeah. Yeah. Do a zero evidence run? You know what? All right. Let's do it. Let us do our first no evidence run on a blood moon map. I guess technically this is not our first no evidence run. This is our first no evidence run outside of the weekly. Technically we did do the weeklies. So we have, but our first official no evidence run for a blood moon. High hopes. High hopes. You ready for it? That's funny because I'm not. It's rough. Yeah, the weekly was rough, man. The weekly was rough. That was not easy to do. Not easy at all. Hey, Fear, welcome back. All right. So, Blood Moon, I'm going to need you to be kind. Let's go find our ghost. Once we find our ghost, we can start setting up shop. I'm fearful. But we have Joe Williams, capture a photo, motion sensor, and firelight. If Mara and I can do it, you can do it. I mean, I did the weekly, to be fair. Now, it's Blood Moon, so that means Ghosty's going to be a bit more aggressive. Which means our sanity is probably going to get tanked. That was encouragement, not teasing. Fudge! It's upstairs. Damn it. Which map's my favorite? My favorite map is Willow. I love the layout of Willow. As for the Blood Moon, for the Halloween event, my favorite Blood Moon map right now is Edgefield. Edgefield is decorated so well. It looks awesome. Motor Jam? I'm just picking it up. Pool door. All right. No hiding. Awesome. Is the Blood Moon 150? The speed? We think it's 115. I haven't heard anything. I have a passive Blood Moon ghost. This isn't good. Ooh, oop, 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 oop. Found ya. This is useless. We don't need you anymore. Ah, F it. We'll just leave it there. Could have kept lying to him. Wow. Sounds like a skill issue. I don't like the bullying right now. I'm not a fan. Oh, we're going to take one. Trust issues. All right. We're going to keep a smudge on us just in case things go south. Oh, only Siraj. Oh, okay. That's fine. That's allowed. Oh, that was towards you. Yeah, you can do that. Siraj, how's your face feeling? Are you feeling better? Maybe it's a mimic. Oh, it could potentially always be. You never know. Ghosty hasn't done much yet, though. Now we're going to go get salt. We're going to go get firelights. We're going to start eliminating some ghosts. Yeah. Strawberry, hello. You've turned that switch on like 3 times? I know. Yeah, I turn it on and turn it off. I turn it off so that way the ghost will actually do interactions. I turn it on so that way I'm able to see. There is a rhyme and a reason to all the things. Also, turning off lights makes a better possibility that the ghost is not going to trip the breaker on you. Hey, what up, Drake? All right, I'm gonna light those two. Oh, I have a smudge right here, actually. Where are I? No, Drake, don't ever apologize. No, no, no. I appreciate you. Hello? Yo, where you at? Hello. Double. Okay. Let's do one more. Hey, blow that out. Yo, 12. Thank you for the prime. 12 Tims, appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. Followed immediately by the prime. Thank you so much for the sub, friend. Hello. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing an Onryo test. It blew out 2 firelights. Now I'm trying to get it to blow out a 3rd. When it blows this out, you can count to 7. If the ghost does not hunt, then it's not an Onryo. With 3 firelight blowouts, you're triggering the Onryo ability. I'm not lighting this one because a 4th firelight in sequence will cancel the Onryo ability. So I'm trying to just get this quickly and then I can move on to testing other things. It has not walked in the salt, but it's a possibility it's just going like over like this. But we can get more salt and find out. Hey, Jamie, I'm good. How are you? Hello? Where you at, bruh? I have a crucifix here. Okay. Probably not an Onryo. Also not a shade because it's blowing out the firelights with me in the room. So we can go ahead and say not you and also not you. Okay. All right, let's go get more salt. Let's go. Calling a Jen. Possible. You never know. This guy, get that guy. And you know what? Just for kicks, we're going to bring one of these. Right now, it could be almost anything. I mean, outside of the ones that we just canceled out. Not a wraith. Has it hunted? Nope, not yet. Not yet. Okay, let's put that there. Actually, nobody's home. Go away. Taking a wee. All right, Wraith is gone. Let's see if it creeps to the front door. It's not that far from the ghost room, but we'll see. Not super active. I mean, I also have the lights on. I kind of have stopped its ability to interact with things. Yeah. With these lights being on, the ghost can't throw things. So I would need to turn it off. If we see something getting thrown over that way, then there's a possibility it's a poltergeist. I'm just seeing if Ghosty stalks us. And then we'll go back in. You never know. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. What's up, BZ? At first, it sounded like it was because it walked through the salt and then it came this direction, but I don't think it is. I don't think so. Hi, Z. Hello, friend. Rice, thank you for the 20 months. Hello. Stalking could be a banshee or a phantom. Correct. But it doesn't appear to be, so more than likely not. So if the lights are on, the ghosties can't throw things. Yes, if the ghost is in a room where the lights are on, it can't throw things. Yeah, the light has to be off. But what it can do, what can be tricky is like, I have the kitchen light off right now. If the ghost goes into the kitchen, reaches through the wall and grabs something in this room and throws it, then you're thinking, oh, it just threw something with the light on. No, the light was off in that room and it was standing in the dark. Could do a banshee test? I could, but this kind of is a banshee test in its own way. Yeah, but it's not coming over here, so I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Hey, what's up, Shadow? How much sanity does each candle in the summoning circle drain? What is it, 16? I think. Could be wrong. All right, we'll put that there. Onto breath. I mean, I'm more interested in just hearing the speed than I am about the actual onto breath. Pretty sure it's 16. I think it is too. Did I see the cursed possession in my travels by chance? I don't know if I did. Oh, you're ringing the phone over there. Circle of friendship. Maybe it's Frank. If it is, I might just start a hunt. Here. What is our cursed possession? Not hunting yet, thank God. It is Frank. What up, bucko? Now, I do have a chair. Oh, it's the decoration. I was like, what the f is that? Use it. Oh, it's part of the plan. I'm going to go get one of the crucifixes, though. Just to be safe. Because what if it is a stalking ghost and all of a sudden it stalks right on top of me? That would suck. This will prevent it from doing that. All right, I'm gonna wait to do that though, because yeah, ads played, so I'm gonna wait. It's 45 seconds left. Good night, Teeny. So let me go get. I'm gonna get a couple more smudges, and then we'll hit it. Any new things to do in stage 2? No. It's gonna be the same thing, just higher blood points. Hi, Terp. It'll just be higher blood points. All right. I think we're good. Hey, Meg. Hey, how are you? You're welcome, of course. But of course. Oh, I know, Elfin. Yeah. They were delayed as long as possible. Did you just walk in more salt? But now that they're done, now we can hit up Frank for a message. For a massage. All right, what did I do with Frank? Did Did I put Frank downstairs? Hello? What did I do with Frank? I thought I left Frank up here. No? Oh, it's right there. But pff, couldn't see him because of the light. Each pin is 5% sanity drain. The heart pin is 10 and it causes an instant hunt. Wait. That's slow. For Blood Moon, that is slow. Why is it not coming over here? We're just done? No? Rev? No, I don't think so. My sanity. Is that a slow twin? Let's drain more as much as I can. Oh, if it was a rev, yeah, we would know. I could always go back over there and like let my sanity drain by being in the dark and then listen to it hunt like this. It didn't get line of sight of us, so I don't know if it speeds up a line of sight or not. So if the community finishes stage 3 event, that means the blood weather becomes permanent, right? Yes. Yes. We're within hunting range. Does that sound normal for Blood Moon? I don't know what the hell's so funny. Oh shit, it's Pamela. It's Pam! It's not funny, Pam! Alright. So our sanity is within range now, which is good. We want... Yes, please. Let's get this other smudge. She's laughing at me. They're all gonna laugh at you. Now I should have enough time to do this. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna go over here. I want to check. I want to see. Oh yeah, me too. So if we listen to a 100% ghosty with the Blood Moon on, slow twin would sound like this. Fast twin would sound like this. That kind of sounds right. That sounds right. Definitely twins. Yeah, I was gonna. It's either that or it's either that or it is a. It's either that, a Moroi, or a Mimic. But it should be even faster this time if it's a Moroi. Like even faster than that. If it had line of sight. Yep. It definitely sped up when it saw me. 100%. Kayla. Dead. Hello. Yep, got to be a mare. God damn it. Amario, yes. Wahoo. Just waiting for it to hunt again. Even though it's zero evidence, you could do a mimic test. Yes. Yeah, you will always see orbs. Is this a Moroi? Yo, you're fast as fuck. Excuse me, ma'am. That's either a Moroi or a Mimic, but it's pretty on point for a Moroi right now. So what we could do, what we could try to do anyway, you gonna finish hunting today? Huh? All right, we need to be kind of quick about this. I'm gonna go back to the truck. Gonna floor it. I should have enough time. Leaning towards the Moroi, absolutely. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take these with us, and we're actually gonna use them in the middle of a hunt. If it's a Moroi, its speed is based off of your sanity. So by taking this during the hunt, it will slow down. Blood moon in my room? Yeah. It doesn't make me faster though. It just slows me down. Lowers my sanity. All the things. Hi, Dova. What does the voodoo doll do? The voodoo doll causes instant interactions with each pin that you push, and you lose 5 sanity with each pin. The heart pin causes an instant hunt, and you lose 10 sanity. Sanity's normal, normally pretty low though. Yeah. Just waiting for it to hunt again. We're within the threshold. I have not taken any sanity yet. We have a crucifix at our feet, so that should stop it from spawning up here for any stupid reason. Okay, it's hunting. How much slower it is now? It was so fast up here. Listen how slow it is now. You can literally slow it down. Yeah, the chance of this being a mimic has gone down exponentially because it's been the same ghost over and over and over. Mimics, if I'm correct, try to change ghosts every, what? Is it every 30 to 90 seconds? That could be wrong. It might be 60 seconds at the lowest of the change, but it definitely won't change during a hunt. It will only do it in between hunts. And this has been the same ghost the whole time. I don't have a photo. I don't know if I care about a photo right now. I think it's 30 to 90. But you can fact check me on that and then give me the right answer. Yeah. But it's a Moroi, man. That is a Moroi for sure. I'm not too stressed about trying to get a perfect game here. This was more or less getting the ghost correct and getting a couple objectives, because all of this also counts as blood moon points while we have the event with the blood moon weather. So we're going to take it. We're going to take it and run. You care about the photo? Oh, that's good for you. 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. 30 seconds to 2 minutes is the correct change for a possible mimic. More Roy. And that gets us 14 blood points. Not bad. Not too shab. Excuse me while I walk the F away from this stupid thing. Okay, where were we? Good God. I'm yesterday, you? You were so yesterday. That's right. You were so last night. All right. It's 10:50. So last month. Oh, yeah. I know green. Yeah, I have a few hours in the game. New me and I like it. What is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you? All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the console giveaways now. I said we were going to do them at 11. If I do another investigation, it's possibly going to push us a bit later. So I say we do them now. It's too bad you can't mute some of those. I hate spawning in and hearing that thing. I hate it. Let's go there. Yes, we are going to do a console code giveaway for Xbox and for PlayStation 5 NA. So let's get the tool up. Don't have either. Hey, one of these days, Alice, one of these days, you know? Have you seen anything about whether or not being consistent for multiplayer? I've heard that, Cozy. Yeah, there was a couple other partners that were actually talking about that. I did hear that. All right. Free Xbox. Free. No. Free Phasmo Xbox game code. All right. If you are on Xbox X or S and you want a free copy of Phasmophobia, I need you to type into the chat Xbox. If you're not on Xbox and you win, you are welcome to give this away to whoever the hell you want. Xbox in the chat. You can only enter once. Once you've entered, That's it. Yep. And then after this one, we will do one for PlayStation. We'll do one for PS5. Yes, best of luck. I'll give you a minute or two to make sure you can join. But it is going to be on the purple side. So make sure that's where you are if you're trying to enter. There's nowhere here that says free. It says literally Xbox. But yeah, I'll give you a minute or two. You'll be fine. Lucy, hello, how are you? I'm lagging, sorry, you're okay. You're fine. No, it did say it before. That's a heck of a delay. Yeah. But mobile, sometimes the mobile app is not the best thing in the world. So that probably contributes to some of the delay. Snow Dog, thank you for the 19 months. Hello. Just in time. Look at you. Hopefully sometime soon, whenever that may be, we'll get another opportunity to give away some codes. We've done We've done Steam codes. We've done Xbox. We've done PlayStation. It would be cool to have more again at some point. So yeah, we'll see. What's up, LJ? It's obviously a Flash issue. I mean, probably. Angel of Doom, thank you for the 2 months. Hey, Bat, how are you? Can I enter the drawing to win a console so I have something to use the code on? No, you have to buy me a console. We've talked about this song. We've already been through this. Derbra, if you typed Xbox in the chat, you're entered. Yeah. Hey, FNAF, what's up, dude? I will give you 60 seconds and then we're going to start it. Okay, never mind, Song. You have to buy Mara console. Yeah, I like that. Thanks for the follows, guys. Chaos, Catfish, R's, welcome in. Where's your lovely hair? I tucked it back under the hat. What if I get both of us a console? Hey. Give it to a friend since I don't have it. Yeah, that works. If you win, absolutely. It's yours to do with what you please, friend. It is yours to do with you please. What's up, Kay? Freddie, how we doing? Gave the Faz code from the other night to a friend, and they're super happy. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to give it to a friend. All right, 10 seconds, and then we're going. And then after this, we're doing a PS5 one. 5, 4. Type Xbox in chat if you want to enter. 3, 2. Xbox in chat if you want to win on the purple side. 1, 0, go. You also said console, not what? Used and broken PS1 arriving soon? Dude, bet, I'll take it. I can put that bitch on display. You think I can't use that? You're wrong. You're wrong. Because I can. No one's going to know if it's usable or not. And it goes to Muffin. Muffin, GG's. GG's. Muffin, where you at? So close. So close. Hey, let's go. There you are. Perfect. All right, let me get you the code, Muffin, and then we'll continue forward. It's not going to you. Song. How dare you? Poor little me just wants your broken PlayStation 1. I can put it with the other consoles. Come on, Song. JC, unfortunately, you can't download this anymore. Yeah, it's not upkept anymore, which is unfortunate. I don't know if there's any other sites that are similar to it. That'd be great if there was, but yeah, it's not. I don't think it's something you can download again. All right. Muffin, you have a code in your DMs, my friend. There you are. And now we are now going to do, okay, you know what? No. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not updated, but it's fine. Now, I need just a friendly reminder that this is for NA. This is for NA. North America. PlayStation, for some reason, when you do code giveaways, does not allow you to do a universal code. It is regional, and I don't know why that is. Hopefully, next time I'll get to do some that are in different regions. That would be the hope. Instead of making you type PlayStation or any of that jazz, we're going to make you type... I'm just going to make everybody type goo. All right, type goo in chat if you want to win a free copy of Phasmo on PS5. NA. Goo. Yeah. PS5 North America. And then if you win, I will send you a Twitch Whisper that has the code. The stuff in the thing. So that way you don't have to worry about joining Discord or any of that jazz. It's just easier. It's just easier for you. Watch the beginning guide, how to use items. Thanks for the help. Absolutely, Darkness. I'm glad that it was helpful. Yeah, if there's anything, listen, if you guys are watching those videos and there's something you want to learn, don't ever be afraid to put it in the comments because I go through everything. And I want to make some more videos that are probably tailored to newer players because there's so many. Why is Phasmo not on Switch? Optimization. It would play terribly on a Switch. Yeah. It would be a tough game to play on a Switch for sure. Where do babies come from? Ask Song. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. If I don't know anything, I'll make sure to relay it to somebody that does. Song, Red asked you a question. Or you can ask Cheebs. Yeah, asking Chiba is always a good sell. That's two. Feel free. Song will relay it to another person. AskCheebs.com. Yep. He knows the answers to everything in the world. Yeah. My God. Beckel, what's your name over there? All right, you have 20 seconds to enter. If you're trying to win a PS5 Phasmo code, you need to type goo. Goo. Hoffman! Thank you for the prime. Hello, dude. Hello, dude. Beckel, it looks like you were grabbed automatically by a bot. Do you have another account by chance? It is a vibe, I agree. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Where's it going? Where's it going? It's going to Chris. GG's, Chris. Let's go, dude. Let's go, GG's. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. This never happens. Oh, it happened today. Literally right now. But GG's, dude. Congrats. I'm going to go ahead and send you over a Twitch Whisper right now with the code, my friend. Once you have it, it is yours. You can download the game immediately if you have PS5. There you go. Bangarang, Peter. There you go. Oh, thank you, Song. I was just about to. Thank you. There we have it. Hey, Zach, thank you for the biddies, man. Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you, dude. Of course, you're welcome. Hopefully, I have more opportunities like that to give away stuff, to give away codes. I wouldn't have had the codes if it wasn't for Kinetic Games. So definitely a big old thank you, a big old shout and the thanks to Kinetic Games for sponsoring the opportunity for that. So it was thanks to them. GG's. Scam, Violet, how dare you? What is the easiest map for beginners? I would say Tanglewood. If you're a beginner and you're trying to figure out how to play, I would stay here. It's a small map. It's going to be one that you're going to learn quickly. I would stay there. Yep. As you feel more comfortable with that map, move on to another one. This is my favorite, but right now, for new players, it's a little tricky because you have the Blood Moon to deal with, and it makes the ghosts act different than what they normally would. They are more aggressive. They are faster. Your sanity drains quicker. So my suggestion to you would be to, if you're trying to learn, would be to stay away from these maps. And I hate to say that, but if you're trying to learn, I would stay away from these maps because they're being affected by the blood moon. I would stay Tanglewood, Ridgeview, Camp Woodwind, Bleasdale. Those maps what I would probably stay with. But I mean, you can always go into one of these blood moon ones and you don't have customs if you're brand new, so never mind, you can't do that. But I mean, you could do amateur and then add nothing and just go into the map to check it out. I definitely would suggest at least looking at the maps with the blood moon because of how cool they look. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, David. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Praveen, what's up, dude? How are you? The maps are really nice. They're really, really cool. Yeah. I don't know what this YouTube obsession is with please reply. That forever blows my mind. Hey, Darren. When is she with the Halloween event coming out at the same time as console? Yep. I know it got everything hyped to play, but the learning curve. Yeah. If you're a brand new player, you have never played before, and you go to check out these maps, as soon as this event is over, you now have to understand what it's like without the blood moon. Yeah. It changes things for sure. Yeah. Agreed. All right. Well, let's go do said blood moon, but let's go do it at Willer Street. And this one will do professional, so that way peeps. The reason I've been liking doing professional, the big reason why, is because then more people can see more equipment getting used. Yeah. Should do no evidence run. We literally just did. Yeah, we just finished a no evidence run. Now we've got firelights. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. There they are. All right, let's go to Willer's. Oh, you're good, Chaos. No worries. You're good. Hey, Sinister. How are you, dude? Can help the blood moon. We can help the blood moon. No, nope, I got nothing. EMF, parabolic, and 25%. Let's rock. Let us rock. Yeah, Willow's my favorite map. It's not my favorite blood moon map. Favorite blood moon map is Edgefield for sure. No power. Don't mind if I do. Back bedroom. Point Hope's favorite? No. It's there. And the bone's there as well. Finally checking out Edgefield. It does look the best. Yeah, it's just really well done. Got chased by a machete guy in this one. A machete guy. What do you think is the hardest map? It's going to be per the user, but I mean, the hardest map in my opinion is high school. Yeah. NQ, thank you, dude. Don't break the mirror, it's bad luck. Well, now I'm purposely going to break it because you told me not to. But when it comes to the hardest map for each player, it's going to be dependent on your play style. Yeah. Everyone's not going to have the same. We're not all going to have the same answer. I know I don't have the power on yet, but that's okay. Point Hope is your least favorite of the Blood Moon. Same. Same here. It's just because of the time. Like if you're trying to grind blood points to help like the community goal, it is not a good idea to do Point Hope. It takes so long, man. Hey, what's up, Koo? Want to see a Banshee? Could get lucky. You never know. Breaker's on. We're gonna go back and get Crucifix. What do I need? Parabolic EMF 25. Was 23? Nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. He doesn't deserve a big old hug. And this ghost is probably going to be some crawly, toothy McToothface anyway. You smell a gin? Well, then you might want to go to the doctor. I don't know. All right, we have orbs. I didn't mark that down yet. Can I see the writing book from here? I kind of put it in a crappy spot. There, I think I see it there. Yeah, we can see it on the edge. If it lifts, we'll be able to see it. Stickbug, hello. How are you? We're not seeing any dots yet. Our sanity is at 89, which is fine. I think we can go back in there without, you know what? We'll take one. Let's take one. Let's take one. Are the Blood Moon maps permanent for the event, or will they change to other maps too? It's only, from my understanding, I'm pretty sure that these are the only Blood Moon maps during the event. Yeah, the different stages don't change the gameplay. It's still the same. I thought the same thing. I thought maybe they would change the maps for the second stage or something. No, they don't. Unfortunately. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you friendly? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? When they do Christmas, do they change the ghosts or the maps? Yeah, they do. They change the map. They do map changes. They do ghost changes. Last year, the ghosts had jingle bells. Oh, you can't even place that up there anymore. Oh, wait. Really? Sold. Have you done the Camp Ranger badge challenge? No, I haven't tried to grind those yet. No. But I will eventually. I will eventually. We have orbs? We do have orbs. Just like some of the bed changes. Well, if you get a bone that spawns on the bed, how are you going to get it if it's in the back of the room? Why do you leave a flashlight at the entrance? Because there's no point for me to bring it back to the truck. If I leave the flashlight at the door as I'm leaving, I now have 3 open spots to grab items and take them into the house instead of 2. So it's just trying to be efficient as I can be. So if I had the flashlight still on me, I would only be able to bring 2 things back. Now, even if I didn't have a headlamp, I would still drop the flashlight at the front door. I dropped anything that's in my hand here because there's 0 reason to take it with you to the truck. It's not helpful there in any way, shape, or form. Holy shit, you did something. Oh, you shut the book. Look at you. Well, it's not going to be writing. Take it. Useless. What are you not providing me, home slice? If we were to guess right now, I'd say onto. That means I need ultraviolet. Hey, can you touch Nanor or no window? That's a 5er, actually. Okay, you creep. All right. Listen, dude. Hey, can you touch a window or a door? I can go get salt, but you're gonna save me a trip. Hello. Hello. we haven't had dots. It's probably going to be an Obake. Come on, dude. Fine. You want to play hardball? Let's play hardball. Gonna be a Raju? I'm not sold. Oh, bake a cake. I think so. What do you think is the most dangerous ghost? I mean, a demon is technically the most dangerous because it can hunt you the second you walk in. Yeah. Wasn't there orbs? Yeah. And? Go on. If it is a Raiju, we don't want it to hunt us. Sleep was not working. We'll fix it. Make it better. What about a Thay? As for most dangerous ghost? No, I still think a demon, in my opinion. Hey, what's up, Jerry? How far are we in stage 2? At least over 20%. At least. Come on. Walkie walkie. It's named Demon for a reason, right? Well, yeah, it's not named Clark. I don't know. If your name is Clark, no offense. I stack the salt like that so when the ghost walks in it, I can take 9 photos in a single spot instead of having to place them separately. Footsies. We need a photo, right? No. Seven, 8, 9. Now we don't need any more photos. We have ultraviolet. So if I put ultraviolet in here, oh, bake a cake. I think the Phantom's pretty dangerous because it's hard to see. As long as you know how to use incense and get to hiding places without the ghost finding you, knowing where you are, it's not that bad. Yeah. Not too bad. Frankie, thank you for the follow. What's up, Rick? Samara, thank you. Thank you, thank you. But we have our ghosty. We have a bunch of photos. We need parabolic and 25. Did I? Do I have hiding by chance? Why got killed by the demon ghost immediately when you walked in the house? Because the demon can hunt at any %. Yeah. What if you play with 0 sanity? What would the most dangerous ghost be then? A Revy's pretty dangerous. Especially if it finds you immediately. That's dangerous AF. Alright, we have smudgies, we've got lighters. Let's get this. Will the ghost still throw the book when the evidence is hidden, even if it's a ghost type with ghost writing? Yeah. Yeah. If you're playing on a difficulty where the ghost can hide evidence. Graham, thank you for the 29 months. Hi, Grammy. How are you, my lovely friend? Guys, go follow the amazing Graham. If you're playing on a difficulty where the ghost can hide evidence and it throws the book, it doesn't mean that you can just cross off writing. It just means that you're not going to be provided that as evidence. The ghost could still be hiding it. So you want to be careful, but you don't have to look for writing anymore. So it's still a good idea to get a book in there if you're on Nightmare or Insanity. All right, we have a couple smoogies here. A couple of smoogies. I think we have hiding in the garage, right? Oh yeah, multiple. Multiple. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, we need to get below 25. We already got the bone. We got all the photos. Yep. Every peak is 20% sanity drop. So that should have put me close. If not on it, we'll just break it because F it. Cue the Doom music. I was hoping to see a shapeshift and she didn't do it. Nah, she's done. All right, whatever. Whatever, it's fine. We got all of the objectives done. We got all the photos. We got the ghosty because we got all of our evidence. We have EMF, ultraviolet, and herbs. Now we can leave. Info's kept you alive so many times. Hey, Danielle, I appreciate you. Rip and Tear starts playing. The ripping and the tearing. Totems? Oh, I could. Do I have enough of that to stop it? Can you still connect the ghost around the kitchen island? Yeah. All right, we should be fine. Yeah, if you crouch next to the kitchen island, you can break line of sight with the ghost. So as long as you don't have any electronics on or anything, you absolutely can dodge ghosty. There was one here. No, I can't. Oh, shit. I filled the book. Oh, it's too late. Nope, that's right. Forgot. If you fill your book with photos, you can't take any more photos. So I lost, what, like 2 totem pictures? It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Can you delete photos? Only if they're not 3-star. So we got what we could get. It's fine. We lose like 2 points, 2 blood moon points. That's lame. I understand it. It makes sense. It makes sense to me. Every time. Like, can I set a new spawn point in the lobby? Instead of spawning me here, can I like set my spawn point over here? Please? Please? I want to make that suggestion. Let me spawn where I want. Get me the hell away from the altar. I think you can. No, you can't. No, whenever you load in from a game, it just throws you over there in that area. Yeah. Listen to the slurp. We are, for those that were asking about how far we are, we're now at 23%. / set spawn point, like in Minecraft. That's exactly how it works. Nailed it. Nailed it. Phineas, welcome in. Dr. Stone, hello. Hello. Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's kind of like when we had the event where you could eat the Easter eggs and it made that munching noise every time. I don't dig. I don't dig. I'm gonna go back to my card now, if you don't mind. There we go. Hey, what's up, Valley? I did have a good Halloween. I did. I did. The kids had a great time, and then we did a little stram. That was fun. Is that card red because of the event? Yeah. Yeah, it was. Why didn't you get the Blood Moon card? Have you interacted with the altar? How did it go from 1% to 60? It went from 1% to like 50 because they changed how many blood points we need to get 100%. They lowered it. It was expected. The egg noise was very quenchy. Yeah. I didn't like it. I did not like it. Asafix, thank you for the raid. How are you? Oh my goodness. Daddy teammate, thank you for the 2 months. Janelle, hello. I don't know what's wrong. If you interacted with the altar and you didn't get the ID card, when you go here, you go to edit your card, it should be in the special badge section. If you don't see it there, I would go start a ticket in their Discord and let them know. Let them know. But how was your stream? Hello. Ended up doing that Easter event 3 times. Ugh, yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Doing all right. Just managed a 5-hour while battling. Oh my God. Why would you do a 5-hour stream with pneumonia? 5-hour stream is not rest. Why would you do that to you? Did some Vaz, some Valo, assorted games. I got you. I got you. Well, get the hell out of here and go to bed and rest. And I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you have pneumonia. Oh, this badge? Yeah, if you're a kinetic partner, you can get this badge. Yeah. Going to bed, no worries, Akio. Appreciate you. Bored. I mean, listen, if your health is up to it, if you're feeling good enough to stream, then it is what it is. I understand. Yeah. Well, I hope that you feel better. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. How does the lobby look normally? Less red. Split. Yeah, that. Yeah, less red. I have past videos and past streams you can go and look and see before the Halloween event and see what it looks like before all of this stuff is here. Yeah, I have a VOD channel as well on YouTube that archives all of my streams. So if you ever want to go back and watch a stream that you missed, they're there. Even after 60 days, because that's how long Twitch will hold them, you can just go to the VOD channel and you can scroll back and see how far they are. I have to update like 30 thumbnails, but besides that, they're all there. They do exist. Less symbols, less red, more blood. More blood. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now, no matter what it is, Pam is still in here vibing, though. She's still in here having a good time. Where's she at? There she is. Pam's still twerking. She's still getting it. She's still getting it. Massive VOD enjoyer myself. I don't get to catch the streams all the time, so I'm always watching the VODs. I appreciate it. I've had a bunch of people tell me that they're grateful that the VODs are there, and I'm grateful that you guys are watching them and that they are good use. It was more of like an archive deal just to have them in case somebody needed them, and it looks like some people do, which is awesome. So I'm grateful. She's getting jiggy. She is getting jiggy. You like my pro? I swear to God. Beetle Flash? Whoever you really are? I swear to God. Bombastic hello. God damn it. Gotta watch the VODs every now and then. Even ones months old. Yeah, I mean, I've got some that are very, very old. So, it's been pretty sweet. All right. Turn that off. Go over here so we get away from the noise. JS, what up, homie? Find it funny the candles can affect your movement down the stairs. Oh, down those stairs? Yeah. Yep. And I'll never change back. Great. Awesome. We're gonna do Maple Lodge. Because life. I haven't done Maple in a bit. And Maple, why is this photo so dark, by the way? I don't know. This will actually contribute towards our Ranger Challenge badge. So if you complete 50 investigations, get the ghost correct on Maple or Camp Woodwind, doesn't matter, you unlock a new ID card. So at some point I'm going to grind that, but I really just haven't wanted to recently. That's the big thing. Yeah. Hi, Core. Maple Lodge is the best map of the game. Why is it so underrated? I think a lot of people probably just don't agree that it's the best map. I think that it's a good map, but I don't think it's the best. It's not one that I'm intrigued to play all the time because of the layout. The layout, it can take, you can have games that take you 15, 20 minutes or games that take you 40 or 50 minutes because if you're trying to go for like a perfect game, the walk back and forth to the truck is so extensive on this map. It's like a maze. You're taking 15,000 ducks and turns to get back. So that's probably why. I mean, that's at least for me why. Yeah. All right. Let's go to Maple. Change it up a little bit so it's not just Blood Moon the entire time. Jocelyn, welcome in. Got a ghost at the top of the resort. I just left. Headed to bed. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Gamer Wolf, I appreciate you always, friend. Thank you so much. Much love. Appreciate yous. I'd rather play 50 Woodwind than a few Maple. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. But yeah, it's a big map. It takes a while to get from here to going around over to there, go back around, go over to there. Yeah. The ID badges for both maps total? Yes. Yeah, you don't have to touch maple and get that badge. You can do all woodwind. And it's still freaking raining too. I feel like I heard somebody else say that. They're like, even though I'm playing on a map that's not Blood Moon, I keep getting raining all the time. It kind of, you know what? I'm going to test something real quick. This was a stinky Onryo. Yeah, what a stupid Onryo. I hate it. You get lost? A lot of turns.
Welcome back.
Revenante. All right, let's go back. I want to see if the weather stays the same. It's snowing. Okay. I'll deal with the snow. That's fine. It's not raining. So we know that it at least changes. I think it's just RNG. I think people just been getting some bad RNG. That's okay. It's an outside map and we're playing with snow. I'll take the hit. Hi, Slenderman. All right. Smell many orbs. All orbs. All the orbs. Did I just see the bone? No. How can you get lost when it's not that big? Well, when you make a bunch of twists and turns, it's easy to get lost on a map that you're not used to. But once you've played a map enough, then you're not going to get lost anymore. Like, I don't get lost on any map because I have played them enough that I'm not going to get lost. All right. Music box. I got lost in a mall. There was a giant loop. Fair. Hey, what's up, Justin? I was hoping we'd take a lap and just hear it. The Slenderman only during the nightmare difficulty, not... Oh no, the Slenderman can show up during any difficulty. It's just a small... It's like a 33% chance he shows up. Song, thank you for gifting a sub to Slenderman3211840. They're going to be so appreciative. What's wrong with you? We found Slenderman, so we gifted you a sub, Slenderman. Does it come after you? No, it doesn't come after you. Why is the lighting in the truck weird? Weird. All right, let's do this. Take one of those. I'm going to take one of these, throw it at the front door, and said hi to Slendy in the game. And our Slendy said hi, Flash, in chat. Oh, okay. I got you. It was too perfect not to reward. Hi, Miss Pro. Well, never mind, dude. I go to all that work for what? For nothing. It's a feature. Then it kicks on the burner. Listen, home slice. Now you're just showing off. Jay Brooks, have a good night. Appreciate you. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be kind of this cold everywhere. It might be a little... No, it's actually colder. All right, then this is what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to get motion sensors to track it. The temperature just looks identical everywhere. If it was, I mean, I think it'd be cool if Slenderman like gave you a jump scare. That'd be pretty sick. But nope, he's just chilling. He do be chilling though. All right. Nice try. There's nothing behind me but a wall. I'm not getting any motion. Is it possibly over there? I was scaring Crow last night. The humming ghost. Wow. Real cute. Interesting. Just out of curiosity. Maybe what I could do, maybe leave one of those there. Maybe I'll get a whisper. Oh, light switches over here. Anything moved in here at all? Hi, Toe. I haven't heard anything. It's snowing out is not making this any easier. Is that one there? Ah, it is. There we go. I think it got the burner through the wall. Yeah, look at it coming back in here. You're not taking Toe, you jerk. Here, do this. Run, Toe, run. Level 2 or level 3? What do you prefer? For what? For the headgear? There we go. Light reading material. There you go. Enjoy. Have a lovely day. That guy. I'm actually going to do both. Let's do that. Headgear. I've been preferring tier 2 lately. Tier 2 has kind of been my jam just because I don't want to stare at green the whole time. Any advice how to level up quick or just have to play a lot? I mean, the more you play, the better you get. The better you get, the higher the difficulty you play. The higher the difficulty you play, the more XP you make. So it's just a vicious cycle. All right, we're assuming you're here, home slice. Let's get this. Yeah, it's setting off all the motion sensors. All the stuff. I'll put this one out here. What the? It's not even that cold. It keeps going back and forth inside of the cabin. I assume it's in there. Good night, Beetle. Oh my God. Joe, thank you for the raid. How are you? All right. Ghosty is in this room a lot. Oh, I wanted to check for UV. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's hard to find the bone when using tier 3. Yes, agreed. Yes, yes, yes. It doesn't stand out as much as when you're using just a flashlight. Yeah. Where are you? Hold on. Let's do this. Keep our sanity. I'm watching the motion sensor to see when it walks into the room. Frankie, thank you for the prime. What's the difference between toilet paper and a shower curtain? I don't know. You don't have toilet paper? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? It was you. Wait, what? Where are you? I'll get it. Where are you? Are you near? Are you close? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Nothing. Nilch. Oh, I stole the doo-doo paper? Yeah, it might have been me. My turn. Okay, dude, come on. Fine. It's not giving us shit. What is the cursed possession? It's the music box. Use your shower curtain? I mean, we don't judge here. All the time. I mean, come on. To be fair, she did come into the chat earlier while she was pooping. I do? That's fine. All right. Hey, can you walk through the salt, please? You keep walking back and forth. I don't know what your room technically is right now. She needed the poo bucket. This is very possible. Yeah. Stippy stomps. Stippy stomps. Okay. No ultra. None. Nilch. Nada. Walk back in here. Come on. Shamo. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Interact with the book, you jerk face. See a core? Thank you for the biddy, Rafa. My dog is taking more than half my queen bed. That's okay. My daughter takes up more than half of a king size bed because she like lays sideways like a jerk. I hear you out there. Officially no ultra. Yeah. Yeah, she comes in because she wants to snuggle and then all of a sudden goes from lying this way to straight this way. It's like, ma'am? All right, let's, I guess, go get more stuff, dude. I don't know why this ghost is being an absolute a-hole. Hey, what's up, Maddie? Oh, my grind for the Ranger badge went. Yeah, if I do that, I'm probably going to do it on Woodwind. More than likely. Oh, hey, Toe, I need to borrow your book. Do you mind? I'll give you a flashlight. Here you go. Enjoy. Obake, bro. Hantu. Nailed it. You're so good at this game. I can't believe it. Bro, you need to get off TikTok. You think they'll add more maps based on... yes, I think that they even mentioned wanting to do more badges for playing maps for a certain amount. When? I don't know. But eventually. So at some point they will. All right, let's get another camera so we can watch the front. Well, this should be easy to spot. Jesus Christ. We've got nothing from the ghost, and it's done nothing but pace back and forth from the front of this to, I mean, the front of reception to actually in reception. No chill in the van. I'm just waiting for it to give me anything at all. Homeowner badge for playing Tanglewood 500 times. Cheeky, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Could it be setting off the motion sensors because it's stalking you? But if it was doing it that much, it's just the likelihood of that is very low. Unfortunately, we can't check for temps, really. It's kind of out of the question. Was that Slender Man in the woods? Yes, it was. Running into the short slide. You decided to follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, it's not interacting with the books. It's not giving dots. It walked in the salt. At this point, I got nothing. But did you die? Also, oh, that's dumb. That's stupid as shit. So you see this here, right? For me to see the other motion sensors, it's technically up a floor. Hey, Kimmy, I'm doing Nightmare, and we have a ghosty that is just giving us nothing. A lot of floors on Maple? Yeah, I guess so. I have no idea what my sanity is, but I'm sure that it's tanked at this point. I'm sure that it's absolutely tanked. All right. So it's not setting these off anymore, right? I wonder. Hasn't cut the power. Miss Fortune, hello. Look how warm it is in the sail. Jesus Christ. And it's snowing, so it's going to be like 5 or 6 degrees outside everywhere. Hold on. Let's take a look around. It looks like nothing has been messed with. Is it a stalking ghost? What are the ghost options? Literally everything. Literally everything. There's 3 degrees. Oh, did you see 3? Where'd you see 3? Was it over here? Or did you see 3 over here? At the big tent? Oh, here. Is it setting the motion sensor off right now, though? Yeah, is this technically the room? Hasn't thrown shit over here. Snow outside makes this rough. Makes this frickin' rough. Behind the house? Yeah. I thought I saw 5 or 6 back there. I didn't think I saw 3, but definitely could have been. Oh, it's walking right here. If that's the case, it has to be over here, right? Has to be. Has to be. This has to be it. It's just roaming so much into this damn house. Reception, whatever. I can't place this on here? Well, that's dumb. Excuse me, can I you can't place on any of this shit. All right, fine. This guy. Let's get this guy. Yeah, look. You can't place it on any of these. I could place it on this. That seems far away. There we go. Try and hunt, hear where it comes from. Yeah. I don't know if that'll be necessary, though. Just depends on where it's walking right now. Because now we could try to use these to figure out where it's going. I just set this one off. It's right next to me. I think I just heard a post. I know I just heard a post. What post did it hit? Is it that? Oh, yeah, where are you? Now we want to be all active, huh? I tried Spirit Box right next to it. I'm still convinced it's not Spirit Box. But we can leave that there, though. Ghosty. Yeah, there's a ghost here. Would you believe it? It's been walking in this room so damn much. I thought the ghost was in here. We will put this here. Just in case. Was the light on? I turned the light on. Check for Orbeez for sure. Oh, I thought I heard that. Yeah. Now Ghosty's being all active. Elizabeth, hello. What are you doing? Possible dots? I think so. I think the chances have definitely gone up. A skosh. I'm stuck behind a door. Now let's take this guy. Put it over next to that guy. Bedtime. Good night, Red. Are the ghosties being nice tonight? For the most part. This one's being a little stinky because I kept thinking that it was more in reception, but it's actually behind reception. It is back over here. So we have dots, which are 100% confirmed and in person. Now, Banshee and Phantom are both available. So, I mean, it is a possible stalker. That might be why it's doing what it's doing. We're going to watch this for a second. Maybe it'll write in a book if it's writing. But if it's writing, that gets rid of both of our stalkers. Not giving us this. I tried that. We can look for orbs. Hey, that actually helped. Thank you. Remember when Flash was talking about how Maple... I mean, to be fair, though, this was not a very effective investigation. This could have been done better. So I'm not going to blame the ghost for what I'm doing. It could have been better. Bree, thank you, friend. Lots of EMF2s. Agreed. If it's writing, it's a they. Correct. I would like it to at least interact with one of the books So then we could just say we don't have to look for writing anymore. The Chinggis method could have applied for this. Oh, what, the sound sensors? As of right now, though, it's not interacting with any of it, which is unfortunate. What I could do is I could take this and this. Mr. Chaos, have a good night. You see how Ghosty decides to actually stalk us. It's going to come over here. Hey, what's up, Rev? It's out of curiosity. We'll see what it does. Hey, key straws. We'll see what it does. Does it still stalk you by the entrance if you're out of the gate? It does. It does indeed. I'm on Nightmare, Cozy. It really felt like the ghost was following us around everywhere. So I want to see if it follows us over here. It'd be cool if it did. Blood for the blood god. Wait a minute. No, we're not offering any of that. Possible Urioni. The ghost can follow you outside the camp. No. It's not going to go outside, but it will come to the entrance. If it's a stalking ghost and it decides to stalk you. Yeah. So it doesn't actually leave. It comes to the entrance, though. How's your night going, Sparkle? But like as of right now, I would say probably not one of these because it has not come over here at all. Right? At all. So I have a smudge. We have a flashlight. We're going to go ahead and take it. We're going to go kick the power back on. Hopefully it doesn't hunt us, because if it does, there's a good chance of death. Writing books have not been interacted with at all. Has it officially moved into this tent? Is that why it's not interacting much anymore? I've noticed more interactions over there. And I'm just curious. It might have moved. Ghost went to bed. It might be going night-night. This is true. This is true. There's the dots. Jesus Christ. Okay. Mother. This son of a bitch. Frickin' orbs inside of the tent. Where is... Give me this. What if it is a shitty banshee? What if, like, that whole time we waited by the gate, it just decided not to stalk? Okay, new idea. Phase like paramic? Phase don't really have anything to do with the paramic. I think you're thinking of a myling or a banshee. Do I have hiding here? I do. Lover Goth, thank you for the 9 months. Now, we put the motion sensor over here and it walked over to it. Never knew the map got changed. Yeah, they had to change it to optimize it for consoles. They had to. Boss, thank you. Maintain low tones with me. Come on. Makes sense. Yeah, the sight, I don't know. It's really weird. It's apparently something like the sight lines were way too long. Okay, you piece of shit. But that's crazy to think about because you have maps on other games where the sight lines are like forever long. It doesn't want to sing us a song, man. I really do think this is a shitty banshee. If I'm just throwing out a guess. Hey, what's up, Fez? You son of a bitch. Do I even have smudge? No. Detect a paranormal sound with the parabolic microphone. Dude, whatever. Whatever. Banshee has laryngitis. No, I'm going Banshee. I'm going Banshee. How did the ghost not? Crazy. It was stalking me everywhere. That's why it was so hard to figure out where its room was. That's why it was so tough. Nice. It never changed its favorite room. It used its ability 6 times. Perfect amount of interactions. Perfection. I played Phas in a while, working on it. Oh, nice. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Bunch of jerk ghosts. Now imagine a new player trying to figure out what the hell to do with something like that. Like, F that. Hey, what's up, Blaze? Tier 3 UV light looks just like the UV flashlight I think I have. Oh, a real one that you have. Oh, that's cool. Never change ghost room as expected. Guess I'll die. Banshees, I usually really like Banshees. It's cool to see them use their ability, and it's cool to see them stalk across the map and then do the Banshee scream and all that jazz. But man, the snow on Maple, that was already kind of screwing us. And then it going back and forth so much through the reception screwed me up. Screwed me up so much. My God. Reminds me of when the shade was bugged. Yeah, and I also never got the parabolic microphone either. It never even talked to me a single time. Yeah. Usually hear the Banshee scream right after you figure it out. That makes sense. Didn't hear Banshee scream, so I picked a haunt too. Yeah. Some of the ghosties been weird, man. Been fracking weird. All right, guys. It is now past midnight for me. I know it's the weekend and whatnot, but also I have like solo parenting duties coming up this weekend. Wife is going away to a concert, so she'll be off doing stuff and things. I'll be keeping the kids alive for the most part. We'll find out. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for an awesome effing first stream of November. Jesus Christ. We did meet the October goal. So we have two 12-hour streams planned. They are happening on the 16th and the 17th. Happy fart day. Just wait till you go live, young lady. Just wait till you go live. You just wait. Don't forget to change the clock Sunday. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Rafa. 17th your birthday. Nice. Nice. All right. But stick around. We are going to go raid. So, guys, thank you again for...
Welcome back.
Stop it. No, stop. Get the goo out of here. This is a very chaotic start. I didn't make that blurb to be used here. God damn it. Ah. You just wait. You just wait. Like I said, the nasty sodas will be here tomorrow. Today, I guess, technically. So they will be available for Sunday if things and stuff happen. Just saying, they will be there. If we reach our November goal, I will be doing viewer games in December dressed up as the Grinch near Christmas. I don't know what day near Christmas, how close to Christmas I would stream and do a viewer day. I probably wouldn't want to do too close because I don't want to shaft people that maybe have to travel for the holidays and stuff. So I don't know. My birthday is a week before. There's a lot that's going to happen. My birthday is a week before Christmas. My partnerversary is is like butted up right close to Christmas. I got to figure out what day we're doing that. There's a lot that's going to be happening in December. Yeah. If only Bits added to the sub goal. Get out of here. Get out. All right. Let's go raid a friend. Void, thank you. Guys, if you're not in the Discord and you need to get updated about my schedule when I post videos, there's people that look for Phasmo games to play. They're looking for games. Make sure to check out the Discord for all the things. I've got information about Phasmo in there as well. But we are going to go raid. So if you are followed, the first message is for you. If you're sub, the second's for you. And my creepy tier 3s, you get the Flash Kappa. That is for you. We are going to go say hi to Mr. Glacius. He is playing Lockdown Protocol, which I'm definitely going to play again very soon. That is such a fun game. His game is literally starting right now. So we're going to go in and say hi. Why is it not valid? Frankie, try a different browser if it's not working for you. If you try a different browser, that might work better for you, friend. Might work better. That's at least the experience that I've had. Pretty sure I just saw him look at a gun and not pick it up, by the way. Thank you guys. Jesus Christ, man. Holy hell. November 1st, we're here. Well, I guess November 2nd now for me. Next stream will be tomorrow. I will be streaming at 1 p.m. on Sunday. And then I'll be streaming at 1 o'clock on Monday to do the weekly. So I haven't decided what I'm doing Wednesday yet. I'll probably be doing something else. Probably a different game, whether it's Lockdown or a different horror game or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But, oh, this is perfect timing. Vin just went to go say hi. Well. All of these amazing Midnight Society members. But thank you guys so much for an awesome stream. I love you guys. Thank you very, very much. I will see you on Sunday for more shenanigans. Let's go tease the shit out of Glay. Much love. Peace. Bye. Bye.